Uh, Sorry, I was listening to I am not entirely sure you guys can even hear me, so if I were to say I'm having technical difficulties. Hey, I went live. Sorry. Um, all right, why are you not registering my camera? Camera.
Technical difficulties.
What? No, whoa, whoa, hey. What? You can't do that for the people I actually follow, but you can do it for my video. Oh, that's BS. Was waiting for Kicking Geese's live to start, and of course my phone decides to not notify me, even though I said notify me. But my live, it just starts to autoplay. I'm glad my phone thinks I'm that important. All right, anyway, we were trying to figure out why I don't have a camera. What is going on? Is my thingy breaking? Oh, I hope it's not breaking out. Well, I know you guys can see me. I'm using my laptop camera, which is not bad. I'm kind of surprised, honestly. It's not terrible. It's honestly not bad. Maybe I'll just leave it alone and figure it out later. Aside from my shoulders keep blurring. Someday I'll actually clean up my house, and then I'll, it's not like it's a disaster. I just don't like people seeing the clutter. Hey, hi, hello there. Welcome to my live stream. I don't know what else to say to you guys. Oh. And I'm live. And my friend is sending me messages. I actually have like 3 of them I was chatting with right before I went live, so I'm expecting to continue to get messages from them. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised about the quality. Of course, my hair looks like absolute. Look. I'm just happy we're live. All right, yeah, I should do that. I should do that thing that people do. So Cordelia was first. They came in and sat. So good job. Midori Gale was second. Rookie's Wooby came in. Smug and Smarmy. Shushu Bean. That's a fun name, actually. Oh, 1524 Scooter. Hi. Let's see. And Textbook Committee. Hi, guys. And Ruby Sky. I recognize all your... I just did a reaction video to comments, so I've still got everybody's names pretty engraved on my brain. Hello, Sarah. Hello, Purbug. Hello, Liz. Sarah Yont. Your name sounds very familiar. Do we know each other? No, don't do it. That'll screw everything up. Well, you know what? The camera's working, so I'm just gonna go with it today and try to figure out what's going on later. And I will eventually switch out my headphones. Well, alright. Look, my plan is to switch out the headphones for my jawbones, but I don't think they're charged. So I need to let them charge a little bit more. Elena? Elena Rice? That's pretty. Donna? Curvy Asparagus? I get that reference. Jeth? Owl you need is health. I love owls. You live all the way in Texas. You mean Tejas? Excuse you. No, I'm kidding. I like that you guys like my intro. It's funny. Alright, I'm just gonna quit worrying about it. We'll worry about it when I go to change my headphones out and everything goes to crap. Just further reminder that I used to live in Tornado Alley and we just simply do not take weather seriously there. I understand that people in Florida are slightly more insane about not taking weather seriously, but us Midwesterners were just like, the funnel hasn't touched the ground yet, it's fine. So, I had a plan. And once I get over the fact that nothing is working, we'll get back on that plan. So if you see me clicking on stuff, that's because I'm moving things around. So, can I refresh this? What will happen if I refresh this? Did I just crash everything? No, excellent. I'm learning. Oh, there's 52 of you in here. Wow. Hi. It amazes me. It amazes me. This channel is amazing to me. I'm pleasantly surprised with all of it. It's just, I figured I would just be talking into the ether for like ever and have like 200 whole subscribers, and you guys almost have me to 4,000. Except the number I froze. You saw my community post, you know. All right, so I didn't post a video today because I knew I was going to go live. Forethought. But I did say I was going to catch up on comments because I didn't take the weekend off. I just didn't check comments very often. But because of that, like, the comments are off the wall. Which one did I post when? But it looks like the, Alright, I can either do my most recent Amber video for reading comments live, which is Amberlyn does nothing, lies about not filming and eating noodles for views. I promise to skip over the noodle part. Or I can do the comments to Anna's book for the rest of chapter 1 and chapter 2. There were some really good comments in there about like the bits and pieces of Anna's life that she shared with us in the first 2 chapters. Very, very eye-opening in like kind of a sad way. Or I can do... We're not going to go over Glitter and Lasers as a fitness influencer. That's just a stupid-ass video. I will go over the comments. I don't want to do it live. Or we can do Amberlyn, That Stupid Circle, and Scootergate, which would be the second part of episode 5 of Mr. Snowflake's Shaped by the Algorithm. We're not going to watch the videos. I'll just pull the stuff up. All right, so yeah, see, I know some of you in the chat are not just here for the ALR content. Some of you are here for the Glitter and Lasers, because I can see the numbers. I know you guys are liking the Glitter and Laser stuff. And I am too. Anna's fascinating to me right now. And yeah, I do see the spiral. I'm hoping she pulls out of it. I'm hoping that's why we haven't gotten like a video lately, and she's just doing little shorts, which are actually pretty... The ones about dating, I think, are hilarious. I think they're a hoot. But the book, I'm almost through chapter 3. I'm going to be starting chapter 4. And I think after I get chapter 4 done, I'll do 3 and 4. I'm not trying to do a video for each chapter. It's just kind of working out that way because I don't want to go longer than an hour. Christina Jones, you're not that late. I'm just literally talking. So. England land. All right. Tap 1 for Amberlyn Does Nothing, and put in 2 for chapter 2 of Anna's book. I'm just reading the comments. I'm just going to be reacting to comments. And I probably will skip a few because they'll be repetitive, but it's nothing personal. Also, I will be mispronouncing people's names because, as I have proven, I do that. Anna is fully having a midlife crisis. Yeah, she's almost 40, isn't she? Not that that's a bad thing. It's just like, she doesn't act like it. Not that there's like a way to act when you're 40. I mean, I don't have any room to talk. It's just, Anna tries to act so much younger than she is, and I think that's why some of her fashion is just ridiculous. Oh, holy crap. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come back here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, we're on 16 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, well, we've got 16 to 6. We've got 16 twos and 6 ones. So let's do this. So let's spend, I don't know, 25 minutes going over comments from the Anna video, and then we'll switch over to Amber Lynn. So we'll try to do both, and we'll just do a little bit of each. So that way everybody's happy. Yeah, also there's a couple responses I will not be reading because they don't make sense in context of the video. Again, nothing personal. I have responded. Let's just take this all the way back to the beginning. All the way. Can I do Patreon? Yeah. Do you guys want to see them? I think I still have it set up to do this. Yay. Lots of books. Lots of emojis. People are really good about the emojis. Anna hasn't talked much about her mom. I guess I'll find more, but I haven't gone over it. And she has talked about her dad quite a bit. So, in an odd kind of not meaning to kind of way, which I think is what makes it even more interesting. Window. There you are. Hang on, I'll fix this in a second. Video comments. Alright, my head. Why am I so big? Like huge. Giant head. Whee. I really am close to the screen. My camera is an arm's length away from me. And I look like I'm up in it. So weird. Shrink me down some, huh? So, I guess a little bit better. At least I don't look like I'm trying to, like, invade your personal space. What are you guys doing, huh? Sorry. I like cherries. I don't care if you called me a cherry, it's fine. Alright, well, the first bajillion comments are all emojis. Good job, everyone. First one's from K Buns. I just figured I should shout you out. Let's see. Anna's mom is not with us any longer, so I don't know the answer to that one, the whole cake. Amber just kind of looked like J-Bay in that when she was standing in the closet, and someone pointed out that it was because of J-Bay's overall shape, and yeah, that's what it is. It's just they share a similar shape, and when Amber crimped her hair like that, J-Bay's hair is natural, so that's about where the similarities ended. It was just the hair and the shape, and J-Bay also does the lip thing a lot. Hello, Jeff. It's just like your name. Oh, my shirt? Yeah, I got this, Shein. I know, I shop at Shein. Please don't come for me. I also bought it like 2 years ago, so. The emoji section. That would be a good band name. Let's see. That's everybody's. That's all the chatter so far. All right. So Gunaret says, also, if I mispronounce people's names and you're in the chat, please don't go out on me. Feel free to type out phonetically how I'm supposed to say your name. I am dyslexic, so. It sounds as though Anna has a lot of explaining to do regarding what's written in this book. Whatever the case is, still miss me with this one. Yeah. Anna's book. So far. It has a very unfinished feel to it. It's like she meant to go back and put in the citation data and then just didn't. It's all set up for it, but then like she just didn't, and that's kind of annoying for me, just because of my background. But I mean, everybody screws up a little bit, I guess. I wouldn't have wanted to screw up in a book that I published internationally, so I just feel like that would be like I'm already terrified enough because I know somebody's going to catch a spelling error or a grammar mistake. I don't need people also calling me out for shoddy scholarship. Jeff is your initials? I don't want you to type your whole name out, but I am curious. It's a librarian that made me crazy. It made me crazy as like a non-academic. So look, I went through a lot of school. CK2D says she mispronounces words constantly. I hope you're talking about Anna and not me. Irritates the hell out of me. I think she's aware that she sounds ignorant despite her education, and rather than working on that, she deludes herself into thinking it makes her memorable. I'm almost positive you're talking about Anna, but yeah. No. I don't catch the mispronunciations as much. I know sometimes she's being like cutesy and she's saying things wrong, but oh my god, these things are driving me nuts. Hang on. There we go, that's better. Yeah, you can see my my white strike. No, you can't. Never mind. It hasn't grown out that much. Anyway, I don't notice. Am I blowing your guys' eardrums out? I didn't notice I was like redlining. Is that too quiet? I apologize if I was like making all of you deaf with my shrill voice. See, when I went to Amazon, Smug and Smarmy, when I went to Amazon, it said her book was published with Mango something, Mango Studios or something like that. I didn't see Simon and Schuster unless they own the Mango thing. Um, Al the animator says there was a rash of influencers releasing books really fast. Yeah, I remember that. And I didn't know who any of them were. Maybe I did see Glitter and Laser's book then. But that was years ago. I go to bookstores. So uh Sarah Elmore, it must be exhausting to work so hard. I think it is exhausting for her, honestly. Alright. As long as everybody can still hear me and I sound fine, we're good. Anyway, I was saying I don't catch the mispronunciations as much. It could be a number of things. Her accent's very similar to mine because we're both technically Midwesterners, and um, sometimes I just don't catch that mispronunciation. It's not a mispronunciation; it's just an accent. But I don't catch it when it's in my own accent, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Uh, but I also think when she's being obvious about it, it's really just she's trying to be cute. Kind of like when Amber tries to pretend like she has a southern accent. Only it's not cute. Eli Attic. Can you guys see these? Oh, that's great. Let's see what I can do about this now. Professionals. Can't do shit. Look, now you can see the whole comment. I know you like this side of the comment, but you have to use this side as well. Lock. Here we go. Aha! I did grocery shopping to prep for food, so there. No, what just happened? What are we doing? Well, we almost went to Piper J's YouTube profile for no apparent reason. Piper JC. Anyway, Eli Attic? Yeah. So narcissists create narcissists. Okay, technically, no. I had to do a lot of research into that as well, for other reasons. But narcissists can cause their offspring to have narcissistic traits because they're learned traits, and often that then like melds into other things. I'm not saying it can't happen, but normally, according to everything I read on the internet and my therapist, that is not what happens typically. Also, female narcissists are more influenced by their fathers, and male narcissists are more influenced by their mothers on average. Random facts. Again, internet, not a doctor. Aw, thank you, Christina Jones. Books is good for the brain, Prez-hens. It's good for your vocabulary, too. I need to get back to reading. Let's see. Eyeballs, books, smiley faces, more books. Kittens, yes. I've fed my cats already. They shouldn't bother me too much. But I do have the cat couch set up. You can't see it because I'm using the wrong camera. What is 5150? Green Dragon says video should have been 6 seconds shorter. It should have been an hour shorter. That would have been epic 5150. I'm not hip. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't really understand all of Muriel Peterson's comment, but I don't think fat necessarily equals ugly. I think, well, fat is not really that subjective. I mean, where fatness begins does vary culturally, but I mean, once you're past a certain point, it is what it is. But like the concept of beauty, I mean, I hate to be one of these people, but beauty really is in the eye of the beholder. When I was young and dating, I liked really unique looking people, and I still do. Like, I understand that somebody's attractive by modern standards, but that doesn't necessarily mean I find them attractive, but that also doesn't mean that I think they're ugly, I guess, is where I'm going with this. But, involuntary commitment? Oh. Oh. Well, I learned a thing. Decimeter says, I am so a beautiful and unique butterfly. A fat butterfly, but I'm beautiful, but I'm a butterfly. You're all butterflies. All. India 1422 says, I don't know why I'm reading the numbers. Google engineers don't wear suits, neither do the managers. For those of you who haven't watched the video, which is fine, Anna talks about how she went to a tech meeting, and she was talking about memorable people and how it's important to stand out because everyone will remember you if your shoelaces are a neon color versus people who don't have neon shoelaces. I'm being hyperbolic, but she was talking about all the men in suits who were up there presenting at this conference and how she doesn't remember a damn thing any of them said because none of them stood out. And I'm just like, what were you doing? Did you sleep through the whole damn thing? Like, I've been to many conferences and everyone wears suits, and even the people in the boring suits I pay attention to. It's my time. Like, this is a chunk of my life that I have chosen to spend here. Why would I not pay attention to the things these people are saying? Also, these people have been prepping this presentation for at least several months. Granted, they may have written it like the night before, but they've been prepping it. And some of them are presenting on studies that studies and topics that they've been looking at for their entire academic career. It's rude. You know? I was just blown away by that. And the one person she remembers is the guy that uses the slide projector because he's using a slide projector. Can you tell me anything else about his presentation? Like, all you remember is the slide projector. You don't even remember what the dude was talking about. Anyway. Hello, Nikki Rowe. We're reading comments. Sandy Cookie, that's funny. Cordelia says the way she described the tech meeting sounded like BS. I mean, I know people who go to those kind of things and they like don't take advantage of it, basically. And then I got into it with somebody about the definition of dehumanizing. Look, I am not a fat acceptance person. I don't support fat acceptance. I think it's a harmful movement. If you don't agree, I apologize, but that's just my take on it. They're anti-science. They're anti-feminist. They are the R word. So no, I'm not here for it. Miss me with that stuff. Yeah, Laura, I'd rather someone care about what I say rather than how I look. Look, I understand that people are going to judge you by how you look. Like, that's fine. It's unfortunate, but it's what we do. But a good person is going to look past that and hopefully, like, allow you to establish yourself. If they don't like the way you look, they're going to at least give you a chance to, like, prove yourself, I guess, for lack of a better term. But shallow people are going to look at you and be like, no. And those aren't people you want to interact with anyway. Hopefully you don't need to interact with them too. That's when it really does suck. When it's like your boss's boss and you're trying to get a promotion, so you really got to get this guy's attention, and it's just like, that's when you put on the clown outfit. I was late. What comments are we reading at the moment? We are reading the comments from my video on the second chapter of Anna's book. So there's a video for chapter 1. I actually recorded those. And chapter 2, we're just going through them right now. I'm going to spend about 20 minutes doing it, and then we're going to switch over to the Emberlyn video that I posted most recently. I'm not sure Anna knows if you're supposed to listen to them. Anyway, I'm just catching up on comments real fast. Google AI. You mean Bard? Is that Bard? No, Gemini. It's Gemini now, isn't it? We can talk AI. I love AI. I think it's amazing. It's cool. It's absolutely terrifying. It's like living through a horror movie. The horror movie where you know all the bad decisions are being made. No, don't do that. I'm just saying, when the Terminators come, I'll be dead by then. But, y'all need to watch the first Terminator movie. Some of you have not watched Terminator, and it shows. Oh, God. Oh, I'm condescending as hell when I don't like something. I will point out my own character flaws, thank you. Meh? Bernard? That's funny. You guys don't have to apologize for being late. You all have lives. It's fine. That's why there's a replay. Alright, let's get back to this. Nick Pick says, I'm sorry, but when she's describing her office antics, all I can see is my mind is Jack Black's character in School of Rock. The delusion of her quirkiness being cute is real. I know that story. So, for those, again, who haven't seen it, Anna tells a story. I think it's her first job out of college, and she talks about how she's in a cubicle job, and she decides to decorate her cubicle. Not a problem, but she decides to go above and beyond the call of duty. She like hangs up a tapestry and brings in like lantern lights. And I think she said something about playing music out loud from her cubicle, which, no. That and microwaving fish are like two of the greatest sins in corporate like cubicle life. I've worked in an office long enough to know that. But she also describes how she basically dresses the way she dresses now. So very eye-catchingly, we'll put it that way. And she just sounds absolutely insufferable. Like, I truly pity whoever her cubicle neighbors were, because I can't imagine what that must have been like to deal with. So yeah, that, and she got called to the HR office basically because no one liked her. And the HR department told her she had to take it all down and she had to knock it off or they were going to fire her. And she was like really, in the story she's telling, she's very upset and nervous. And she's like, oh my God, I'm going to lose my job. She didn't really say if she did lose her job. That part was kind of confusing. I couldn't tell if she actually got fired or if she just was afraid she was going to get fired. So, excuse me, sorry. I had food like an hour ago, therefore it must announce itself. BJ Puck says, I would avoid her at all costs. Yeah, she would not be somebody I would seek out in an office situation. Amanda Marissa Paris? My mom got me chicken soup for the teenage soul when we had to move before ninth grade. I did like it. I was young and it was nice. Lucky it didn't really push religion or I wouldn't have read it. Memory unlocked. I don't actually have anything. I haven't read I haven't read current books of Chicken Soup for the Souls. I know they still publish them. I remember when the first one came out, and I remember when the first Teenage Soul, Chicken Soup for the Teenage Soul came out, because that my friends were reading it. I'm old. But a lot of my friends were reading it, because they were like, were they Mormons or Latter-day Saints? They were one of those. And they were religious, basically. So I know that they were religious-y, but I do remember reading a couple of the stories out of them, and they're mostly just, like, feel-good stories, and that's fine. They're, like, people overcoming things and that kind of stuff, and sometimes people are like, yeah, my faith in God gave me strength and that kind of thing. I am not a believer, so it also doesn't defend me that other people do believe, so knock yourselves out. But, I mean, there's nothing wrong with a good feel-good story, especially if you, like, need a good feel-good story. I watched a video today about people buying a puppy for their elderly pug and how that revived the elderly pug. And I was just like, yeah, that's exactly what I needed today, was this happy little story about these two pugs, you know, the baby pug and the old pug. And it's just like watching them play and carry on and snuggle and all the pug stuff that they do. I was just like, oh, that made me so happy. So, you know, that was my chicken soup for my soul. Hello, exploring Eden. Is that a double entendre? Please don't come for me. Oh, fat chicken in a barn. I did the same thing with my cube. My first cubicle, like, I had a lot of nerdy stuff posted, like nerd reference stuff. So, like, it was my personality. But it wasn't, I don't feel like it was obnoxious, and no one ever told me that I needed to take any of it down. So, I guess I was okay. My boss even came over a few times and, like, made jokes with me about it, so I figured if anybody had any problems with it, I'm not one of those people. If you come to me and you say you have a problem with something, unless it's for whatever reason something I've decided to take, like, a moral stance on, I'm probably just going to take it down because I don't want to deal with it. It is not that important. Unless it is that important, and then that's a whole other story. Rookies will be. This is what I don't get. Okay, Rookies will be was first. Else, why would you have posted that? And yet, it's like the 20th comment up. You can't tell me that all of these people posted in the exact same second. You create your own destiny is so peak privilege. Look, I don't think I'm going to become a billionaire tomorrow, but I think I do have control of my life within certain parameters. Like, I was dealt a hand, and I got those cards, and if I play them right, I can win within a certain parameter. Also, knowing what I know about the ultra-rich, do I really want to be one of them? Those people are weird. They go out into seas in homemade submarines, unironically. So, let's see. Oh yeah, we were talking about spanking. Anna tells a story in her book about how she stole some cookies, which wasn't the actual issue. The chocolate melted in the cookies while she was trying to hide them in her shirt, and they fell on the carpet. And her dad had white carpet in a house with a 6-year-old? And of course, the chocolate got on the white carpet, and the father was mad because of the chocolate on the carpeting, not Anna stealing cookies after she was told not to. So he decided to spank her with a wooden spoon. And I know that there's a good chunk of people watching who are going to be horrified by that. But I also know there's a good chunk of people who are going to be watching who are going to be like, yeah, that's what it was. I went to school I was in middle school, and the principal was still allowed to paddle students. So I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that was reality. And that's why when people tell these kind of stories, I'm just like, yeah, that sucks. This is why I will never hit my children, but I would be lying if I said my ass didn't get lit a few times. You know, Misra, Musera? The Mormon equal Latter-day Saints thing. I was getting schooled on that one during the whole, what did I watch? That guy with the multiple wives. What is the name of that damn show? Anyway, I watched the 2 episodes where the anthropologists came to stay. And, they are not Mormons, but they practice polygamy. So there's some defining differences out there because they live in Utah too. So I just assumed they were Mormons. Um, so I don't know. There's defining lines out there. I don't know what they are. I am not a Mormon. Taco Talia, hello. Aha, I remembered your name. See, I learned. Oh yeah, she put books in her pants as protection, and her dad smacked her, and the spoon hit the books, and then I guess he started laughing because that was funny to him. But the moral of the story that Anna decided to share with us was not that that was weird and kind of an overreaction, in my opinion. The moral of the story was is that Anna is a natural born problem solver because she put the book down her pants so that she wouldn't feel the spoon when her dad went to whip her ass with it. That was the moral of the story. That's not what I took away from the story. But you know, that's the problem with art. Once you put it out there, you have no control over it. Am I blowing somebody's earbuds out again? I thought I turned it down. I don't have headphones in. No problem for me. Scroll up a little bit. Alexi L. I would have probably separated her head from her body if she would annoy me before my second coffee. Yeah. Am I loud? Am I still loud? I don't know if that was before I turned it down. Oh, I've heard about the ruler and the nun thing. Did not go to Catholic school. As an old. Shujubin, I have an Italian mother. I am familiar with the wooden spoon. Oh, wow, it jumped. All right. Lots of wooden spoons. Sister wives, thank you. Justine, thank you. Fundamental Latter-day Saints. Oh, is that... Okay. I'm sure there's other divisions out there, too. Always divisions. The principal... I'm going to assume that was allowed to paddle us all the way to graduation day, and several of us were paddled on the last day of senior year. Wow. Was it just for, like, good measures? He's just like, you are not leaving yet. That would have scared the shit out. You know what? If it was my day of walking, I would have been like, no, old man. You will not smack my ass today. I think I've caught up now. I am loud? Dang it. Gain is what blows it out, right? That's my own volume. Is that better? Let me know if that's better, because I sound muffled to myself now. Cordelia. Got in trouble for trying to sneak a book by putting it down the pants and covering it with a shirt. Much more visible than I thought. I've met a lot of ex-Mormons, believe it or not. Oh yeah, them Southern grandmothers. I actually never got swatted by my grandmothers. Either of them. I got threatened. She did threaten me with a wooden spoon. But she never hit me. Been running around on the roof of the school? Yeah, as long as it's flat, who cares? Run! Platinum Lemur says she might not see the underlining theme as a woman in general. Oh, this was an interesting conversation. Definitely a generational conversation. I'm going to read it out loud. Do not come for Platinum Lemur. She might not see the underlying theme as a woman in general. We are usually cared about unconditionally, or so it seems. The other side is that most men are told that they are only as loved as much as they provide service or help or value. Anna seems to focus in the little downstep of where other humans don't want to care about a person more than they care for themselves. This is the complexity of the fat acceptance movement. As much as we care about others, we know self-destructive behaviors. Okay, hang on. Being really close to certain behaviors, to watching those intervention shows, makes me addicted to watching those intervention shows because I want people to make that first step and not fail. Anna has not made the first step into dealing with her addiction, so she feels as if others' critiques is others seeing the morbidly obese as less than. It's okay. You guys can comment away. I will say if you comment too many times on a video, I've noticed, it will hold your later comments. It also pulls comments. I still can't figure out why YouTube does it. I'll go to the held for review comments, and there'll be like 5 or 6 of them every now and then, and I'm just like, what? These make no sense. There's no foul language. There's no nothing. I don't get it. But we were all saved from that comment. Anna doesn't talk about her religion. She hasn't talked about it yet, and she doesn't ever speak about it in her videos that I have seen. I've not watched every single video. So. The go pick your own switch to be spanked with. That just takes it to a whole other level. But, alright. Yeah, this is working. I'm afraid to touch things. Yeah, a lot of people disagreed with the unconditional love thing for women. I think that's more of an indicator of culture right there. Culture and maybe even age. I'm not saying Platinum Lemur is old. I'm just saying. Certain cultures do tend to value different demographics more than others. It just is the way it is. Unconditionally? I don't know. But I'm hoping that, I don't know. There's no reason to hope. I don't think that's actually the word that they meant. But I do see the whole, like, not just men, but I think women are also viewed in that aspect of that conditional love for only as much as they can provide, or the service that they can value. The service that they can provide creates their value. And I honestly think that's how Anna looks at people, just going off this book and the stuff that she puts out. I think Anna sees people as a commodity. Yeah, maybe. Where she's only interested in a person for as much as they can get her. And not in like a hey sugar daddy kind of way, in like a how are you going to boost my popularity, my ego, my channel's visibility. You know, what are you going to give me to talk about your stuff? That kind of a thing. Going back to the Newly video, a lot of people mentioned that one of the reasons why Anna was so mad with Newly, because she hated it, was because she might have tried to reach out to Newly to get sponsored by them, and they turned her down. So in revenge, she makes a video trashing Newly. Um, I don't I don't think that video did what she was hoping it would accomplish, because it really did make her look bad, because she's the one that picked the items that she tried on. So she also clearly didn't read the website. But I guess if you weren't nosy like me and you went to the website and actually read the policy there, you wouldn't know that. But anyway, I'm drifting off point. I I feel like that's how Anna sees her relationships with anyone or anything, is as a transaction. So that's just how it comes off. Y'all aren't spamming things. Don't worry about it. This isn't even on slow mode yet. Oh hey, it's Theo Zadao. Zadao. Sorry. Yeah, and Anna's not alone in that transactional thinking. It's very Silicon Valley in its. All right, look, I have a new neighbor. They moved here from California, and I've met them twice at neighborly get-togethers because I live in that kind of a neighborhood. And both times that I have met them, I'm super excited to meet new people, and she's really cool. She's like a jazz musician, and if she's not my age, she's like slightly older than me, and so I'm just like, "Ooh, tell me all about your life." And I think I've weirded her out at this point, but I've not given up yet. And anyway, the very first time I met her, I knew she had moved here, and I was like, "Hey, where'd you move from?" And she was like, "Yeah, I've moved here from," I think she said San Francisco, but it was in California. And I was like, "Oh, that's cool." And I was like, "What did you do when you lived there?" And she goes, uh, she didn't actually tell me what she did. She said, "Oh," she said, you asked the exact same question, or something about you asked the series of questions that a typical person from San Francisco would ask." And I was like, "Oh, okay, really?" And she's like, "Yeah, after you ask me what I do for a living, then you're supposed to ask me how much I make." And I went, "Why would I do that? I'm from the Midwest. We don't talk about money." Wow, that would blow my brain. Um, but yeah, I just thought that was funny that, like, apparently, at least in her circle, people were that blunt. I'd be like, what do you do for a living?" "Oh yeah, how much do you make?" None of your business. But apparently there are people like that. So, and I think that just goes back to the whole concept of like, what value am I going to get from our relationship? I think that's kind of a sad way to look at it, because it prevents you from having an emotional relationship with people. Not like a love relationship, but just like a true friendship in my mind. True friends don't necessarily have to like give monetary or social value to each other. They can just be emotionally supportive. Um, ZO. Like shadow, only with a Z. That's not normal in San Francisco in most circles. That's how the people that moved there from Silicon Valley speak. Yeah, her mom lives in the area, so I'm assuming she's not actually from California. I'm assuming she's from near here. Whereas Anna is apparently from. Yeah, it would be really awkward. Anna is originally from Ohio, as far as lore goes. I like the people who've been saying that a lot lately. So if that's something you picked up from TikTok, good job, TikTok. But yeah, Anna's apparently from Ohio. Um, and she went to Brigham Young and then she went to Columbia. I'm thinking that's the series of events. She hasn't really stated yet. Christina Jones, she makes it easy to know to stay away from her. This is true. This is true. Well, asking what I do and why I do it is two different things. Like asking me how much money I'm making, that's just a little bit personal. It's like asking me how I voted in the last election. I'm not going to tell you that either. I don't even care if we're on the same page. God, my dad was like that. Oh my God, it was like pulling hen's teeth to get any kind of political view out of him, which was probably a good thing, but it was just like aggravating as hell. Okay, textbook committee. Yes, but the the gossip is that she's not just any old musician. So that's I don't I'm going to invite her to tea sometime. Like legitimately going to invite her to tea. Because every time she and I start to have a conversation, something comes up and one of us has to leave. And I'm like, no, this is happening. So she's either going to run away from me and get a restraining order or cave. I'm not that mad, I promise. Let's see. Colin Mockery? Hmm. Anna's childhood from this bit sounds quite a bit like mine, so I definitely empathize with her. I have a lot of issues with her behavior, but it does make sense given how awful she was treated as a child. I'm inclined to believe it explains a lot about her personality and reactions to negative opinions of her. But another thing you'll notice is that when she talks about her mental health or even her physical health, she is so avoidant. She rarely went to doctors until recently, by her own admission. That's true. I think she needs therapy, real therapy, not better help. And I say that out of compassion, not judgment. Yes, that is something that I constantly am in saying. I have a lot of sympathy for Anna because it's clear that she is struggling. And I do honestly hope she gets professional help. And I know that sounds mean, but as someone doing it myself, it will help. It might take a year to start kicking in, because God knows mine did, but you will get there. And it feels like shit, but in the end, it feels better. I don't know. I'm going to liken it to the runners who tell me that they hate running, but they love that after run feeling. That's what it feels like. Going back to the whole putting things down our pants so we don't have to get spanked. I don't think I ever did that. I don't think I was ever that clever. I don't think I was ever that smart. Ricky's People says the wooden spoon from my childhood had been handed down in my family. I have a rocking chair like that, but I don't get to have it because I'm not gonna have kids. Stupid rocking chair, didn't want it anyway. Cordelia. It's how people who moved to Silicon Valley from somewhere got rich and have no social skills. Yeah. Textbooks committee. We will find out. She's very, well, it's understandable. She's very guarded and she seems like she's kind of humble. So I think even if I don't know anything about jazz music, I'm not going to lie. So that's also way outside my wheelhouse. But in general, even if she's not, I think it's cool as hell. So I just want to know more about it. Well, and her in general. I have to do what Midori Gale said. She's from California. I'm like normal, right? Alexi says if she has money to buy expensive clothing and $400 plus gym equipment, her gym is $830, you guys. She has the money to start a mental health journey. Yes. And it would be cheaper. Her $830 would have paid for six-ish of my sessions with my current therapist. So since I see them once a week, once a month, that would have been 6 months of therapy. I'm just putting it out there. And yes, I do mean therapy that isn't on an app. Does anyone know if BetterHelp therapists can prescribe? Because I want to know that, and I'm afraid the answer is going to be yes, and that's going to make me very upset. Mermaid Princess, you are always right on time. You arrive exactly when you are supposed to be here, and never a minute before, and never a minute after. Oh, geez. I'm sorry. Textbooks. Did you put one too many zeros on there? Maybe she was just borrowing it? Okay. Well, that's good. I'm glad they can't prescribe. Justine says, you sound like a frustrated teacher of teenagers in their first year of uni. Cite your sources. It's not hard. It's not hard. I know that people are doing a therapy called DBT use a table spreadsheet to log their positive experiences. It is about recognizing and learning to hold on to positive emotions. The book was written in 2018, but that doesn't mean it's not inspired by that, I guess. I don't do DBT, so I don't know anything about it. I've heard about it. Here in the... Yeah, we've got psychologists and psychiatrists. Don't come for me. My therapist cannot prescribe. I had a second therapist who was, I believe, well, he was a doctor. So he could prescribe. He retired. So now I just have my therapist, and that's the end of that story. I'm sorry. 4K. Are you kidding me? The price of things is ridiculous, and the fact that people pay it, are they just bored? I was reading this. Justine, the comment below is technically, I mean, if people are emotionally overwhelmed by anxiety or trauma, they are less likely to observe things in their surroundings like $50 on the floor because of their mental state. That absolutely does not prove that we make our own luck. Exactly. Though I am going to watch, so I don't think I have it saved. In her book, Anna refers to, I guess he's a semi-famous sleight of hand magician who also does like psychological stuff. He sounds really cool. I found the episode he was talking about do we make our own luck? And apparently it was a two-parter. Anyway, I haven't watched it yet. And it looks really interesting, and the guy sounds really interesting, and I kind of want to give it a watch, and if it's definitely what I'm expecting it to be, I guess I should say, I think I might review it for the channel, just because of the book, because of Anna's book. So anytime I can pull this stuff together, I'm gonna try. They hired only therapists, no psychiatrists. There we go. 2 years ago, my friend was recruited by them after looking at the job, didn't take it. It was a nightmare. Remember way back years ago, it was in one of Shane Dawson's videos. What is it with influencers buying ridiculously priced stuff and then showing it off? Never mind, I know the answer to that. They're writing it off their taxes. If I buy something and show it, all I have to do is show it in my videos. I'm learning things about taxes. I can write it off. You still have to put the money down though. Like you're still buying a $400 t-shirt in the moment, but you get to write it off as a work expense later on in your taxes. Now, does that mean you won't get audited? No. So do I think it's worth it? Absolutely not. Let's see. Tiger says, her and Amber desperately wanting to be so unique and quirky just tells me that they don't have kids constantly telling them that they were weird growing up. So they're super basic and hate it, but have literally no idea what being different is actually like. Yeah. Yeah. I was the weird kid. Fortunately, I had a group of weird kids to hang out with, so I wasn't alone. So we were all weird together. I'm way too slow at responding, but I'm listening to you talk and then I'm responding and you're like 50 comments behind where I'm replying. No! Keep commenting. I may not see it, but I will eventually scroll back up. Look, conversations are circular, all right? They always come back around. I can't imagine getting slapped with a ruler on my hands. I can't imagine getting slapped with anything across my hands. That just sounds awful. And on top of it, like, my arthritis would just be like, and now we're in overdrive. So that just sounds like hell. Are you saying a tax write-off is like a 30% sale on an item? I mean, you still gotta buy the damn thing. Like, when I bought this computer, I was able to write it off, but I still had to buy the computer. That is a funny... Cat Whisper's just a funny story, but it's kind of off topic. Piper JC says, surely becoming self-aware would mean you realize you are just like everyone else. You are not an individual snowflake. Yes, my cat is a ragdoll. He is also... Oh my god. Hang on. Oh, you know, I'm gonna leave this one up on the screen real fast. I don't know if you guys can see all of it. It's not really... Is it cutting off? It's not really. It looks like it's cutting off, but it's really not. Let's see if I can adjust it just a little bit more. There, see? Anyway. Y'all can disagree with me. It's fine. I'm not offended. I'm not mad. It's okay. You don't even have to argue your point. You can literally just say, I don't agree with you, and that's perfectly fine. As long as you don't, like, try to start a fight about it, it's cool. I don't mind it when people don't agree with me. We're not cookie cutters. And there's a reason why there's 2 sides to everything, or 14 million sides to everything. Everybody's going to have an opinion. Now, when we start talking about science, it's a little different. But you're still allowed to disagree. You're just wrong. No, I'm kidding. But I'm not. But, you know, again, when we get to the fat acceptance thing, I'm glad... Soichansa? Sorry. I'm glad that she found something positive from the fat acceptance movement, I guess. So that's good. But I think as a whole, I don't think fat acceptance and health at every size is a good thing. I think it's detrimental to society, and I think it's made some serious impacts on society that we're gonna reap the repercussions of here in the next 10, 20 years. Excuse me again, I'm sorry. Um, I have never read a John Green novel. Ever. Hang on, my partner. Dude. He will be interrupting us soon. Hopefully, he will have dinner. Where does Anna keep all of her thousands of outfits? I don't, Ruby, I don't think she actually does. I think she probably gets stuff, tries it on, and sends it back. I know I keep going on about that $800 dress that she had on in her winter lookbook, but I've never seen her wear it again. It was a nice dress. I actually, the reason why I know how much it costs is because I was like, well, I actually like that. So I went to look and see how much it was, and then was like, I can make that. I can make many of those for that price. Um, so that's what happened there. But I don't think she actually keeps a lot of it. Now, I will say she did recently post a video of her making something. Oh crap. Almost knocked my water over. It's real recent. I don't know which one I don't know what she's making. Clearly it's important. Anyway, she's wearing that atrocious Argyle outfit that she had in her winter lookbook. It's the one where she had her hair braided and she had these pom-poms at the ends of her hair. Her hair is way too short to be wearing like that. It just looks ridiculous. And that outfit was eye-searing. But she still has it. So I could be wrong. His husband Rylan just bought a Mercedes G-Wagon. Oh, he's got Amber's favorite car. I mean, okay, look. If you want to spend your money on stuff, spend your money on stuff. It doesn't affect me. I'm just going to be judgy of it. Why do you need that? You're just buying it to show it off. And I understand how, like, displaying wealth works because that's what I study. One of the things. I think we all agree that Anna could benefit from therapy. Zaubermaus says it's not about who would you remember more. The most important question is who would you like more? Yeah, because Anna's very concerned about being forgotten. And I think that's why she um, does the crazy stuff she does and acts the way that she does. Because I don't think that's her real personality. I think she's actually like squashing her actual personality because she thinks this personality is going to make her more memorable. And she's just really scared of being forgotten. And judging by the stories in her book, I can see why. Um, I don't think she understands that taking her own advice, if she just kind of like worked on herself and let her actual self out, I think she'd find she was surrounded by some really nice people because I don't think Anna's a terrible person. So she's not Amber. They just have a lot of similarities in like the not taking responsibility for their health and lying about certain things. And Anna's big deal is not mentioning the weight loss drugs that she's on. And honestly, I understand why she does that as well. It's because she's afraid of getting dogpiled by fat acceptance and haze, which she's still kind of entrenched in. So yeah, it's a status symbol thing. Like I get why people want to buy expensive stuff. Also, sometimes it is cool looking. Like, who doesn't want the cool looking thing if it's your type of cool? But it's just like, But that's me. That's me. I shop at Goodwill. So that tells you everything you need to know about me. Justine, strong pick me energy. Yes. Anna is a pick me girl. See, I told you I jump around on these. Anna does, Mermaid Princess, Anna does routinely have problems finding things in her size, which is kind of a ongoing thread in her try-on hauls. She didn't climb a tree, BJ Puck. She leaned against a tree. She couldn't have climbed that tree if she wanted. Becky Hubley says she's giving up negativity for Lent. Good luck. Good luck. Darren Brown. Darren Brown. That's the guy I was talking about who did the Do We Make Our Own Luck. I found the video that she was talking about in her book, which tells you how old the video is. So I'm going to be watching that. Wait. I know nothing of Trisha Paytas. I don't know what a Birkin or Birkin is. I'm assuming it's something expensive, though. That's what I'm assuming. They also want the bag, the item to show off. Yes. Well, I mean, what's the point of having a wealth symbol or a status symbol if you're not showing it off? This thing keeps jumping. That's the other reason why I keep losing my spot. Clothes, women in fashion, climbed a tree. Susan Butler. I wish I had Anna's ability to run without breaking a sweat. 10-minute walk in an Australian summer. Well, okay, first off, you live in Australia. Secondly, Anna doesn't run. And she will take videos of herself working out. She is out of breath. She is red-faced. I don't know how sweaty she is. I will say, like, when I was at my heaviest, I didn't sweat. It was weird. Now that I've thinned down a lot, I do sweat now. So maybe she's got a similar issue. So I don't know. It's not healthy. I'm not bragging. It was terrible. So yeah, Anna doesn't run. Anna shuffles quickly. Where are you, Theo? It's like 50 something here tonight. This is the warmest night we've had in a while. God damn it, chat. Amber thought a G-Wagon was a Jeep. That was the problem with the G-Wagon thing. She seems so much more authentic in her old New York videos. I've been told by a lot of people that I need to go back and watch her oldest stuff just because she's so radically different in it, and I might. She's just been on YouTube a long time, so maybe I'm getting the wrong girl, but yeah, Amber wants the Jeep, but she's it's the same video where she's talking about how she likes the Jeeps, and she was saying that her favorite car is a G-Wagon because I think she thought that was something Jeep made, not knowing that that is not true because she got called out for it later. Amber did say that she wanted a Jeep because I remember going on about how she's not allowed to have one before I get one. Bye, Bob. Thanks for stopping by. I know you're probably gone now. I apologize. If I met Anna, I would remember her, but only as that one annoying woman. Anna wouldn't be easy to forget, even if she wasn't doing anything. The way she dresses and just the fact that she's like, she's huge. Like, not big, huge, which she is, but she's tall. She's taller than most men. So, angry bald man. I have finally remembered that his name is Alan Roberts, because I've been watching him, and I also have now remembered why I stopped watching him. But he does make valid points. He just needs some anger management. Like, there's a point where it's not funny anymore. Oh my god, yes! Horseman Rider Wellness. Mimi, yes. Kind of the same energy. Yeah, Alexi, I will put, well, when I worked, I would put good money down on good clothes and good boots because I'm working. I needed that stuff to keep me safe. And a safety vest, which I didn't spend anything on. I found it. I guess some hunter had lost it. Man, I wore that thing. It had all these really cool pockets and zippers, and you could carry all kinds of crap in that. And then they were like, it doesn't have any reflective strips on it. And I was like, God damn it. People in your stupid safety gear. Um, yeah, Anna doesn't seem to have any true concept of how big she is. I I don't think that's true. I think Anna thinks that she should be smaller than she is because in Anna's head she's lost 100 pounds or something. And I got news for her. So yeah, I don't follow Trisha because every time I watch Trisha, I don't watch Trisha. Every time I ever see her, she's doing something really weird. And I'm just like, I can't do this. Let's see. Let us, because I think I'm almost at the top here. I'm glad you're all enjoying my opening song. I know it's lame, but I don't get hit with copyright anymore. I had 3 videos demonetized. All of them were Anna's videos. They weren't demonetized by her. But they were all 3 demonetized because I was using a royalty-free song that I credited. And YouTube decided that that wasn't good enough. So they demonetized my entire video for less than 10 seconds of a royalty-free song. Noodle that. So there's like 3 Anna videos where if you go watch them, there's just like silence for like 10 seconds. But Nema Dubois says Anna seems to make no effort to remember other people or take their information because no one is more interesting or more knowledgeable than she is. Yes, nailed it. Nailed it. All right. Donna says, scientists agree is a sentence to run from. Consensus needs proof. Sorry, Anna. The protein queen. Yes. Yes, she is. She's the protein queen. Anna will always be remembered for being annoying. I mean, I always like reading these. What's up? Yeah, you can talk. It's okay. It's fine. It's alive.
Okay.
They know I do this from home. Now, we're only allowed to see your hands.
Well, yes. Yes. You definitely need to look long at the ceiling.
No. I'm not in love with this ceiling.
Oh, okay.
There's only one ceiling in my life.
Got it. Okay. Okay.
He thinks the ceiling thing is weird because the ceiling thing is weird. He's not wrong. Yeah, you can move around and everything. And yes, they've been fed. Don't let them lie to you. They haven't had their evening treats, but it's nowhere near time for those, so sorry. Domestic chatter. Alan Roberts is trying to become Joe Rogan. I don't actually know because I don't watch Joe Rogan. He does a little too much pseudo crap for me, so I don't watch him. Though I've inadvertently heard clips of his show, and I don't necessarily not like him. I just don't like his pseudo stuff, I guess, is where I'm going with that. Bye, Jeth. Enjoy the movie. Ruby, do I know you? Because you're acting like someone who knows me. I hope Sarah at the beginning of the chat didn't take it that way. You can still talk to me, I promise. The ceiling. Long distance ceiling. Yeah, that's the only kind of relationship I can have with the ceiling. BJ's not wrong. All right. Partner TM needs a nickname. That's funny. They've trademarked your name. They've trademarked you. The partner. So far. TM. Yes. Alan Roberts sounds like Alex Jones to me sometimes. Yeah, I was watching him today because he put up a video of Is Anna Lying? I'm just going to leave the screen up on this one if y'all want to read it. Bugna always writes really good stuff. Huh, like this. I wonder if she isn't losing weight because she thinks she would disappear. Dang, that's our, like, y'all are very observant. But yeah, anyway, I was watching Alan Roberts today. I think I got through like the first few minutes. I didn't realize he was doing the homesteading thing. Not that I have anything against it. He had his chicken coop behind him, and I was like, chickens. But yeah, he seems to be like dooming it, and I don't know. And I know he was doing some other stuff that I don't agree with. So he's not wrong in the things that he talks about as far as like fat acceptance and haze and the workouts and stuff, because clearly he's an expert. But Tiny Blue Daddy. Oh, daddy. Yeah, Joe Rogan has some interesting opinion. I don't think he's the same level as like Alan Roberts or Alex Jones. I'm not trying to say that. Let's not lump people together. Alex Jones is his own thing. So, um, Anna, okay, look. I can see people calling Anna fat and ugly. She has RBF at all times. Anna has some very interesting expressions, and I'm trying to learn what they mean and that kind of a thing. I'm so sorry. Give me a second. See all the things I cut out of my videos? Where was I going with this? But again, going back to, I don't necessarily think that this is that these two traits are inherently the same. I think you can be ugly both physically and socially. There we go, words. And that has nothing to do with this. Like, one of them does not determine the other. Being unhappy, which is usually a trait of being like socially ugly, does tend to contribute to being fat, because usually it's because you're either angry with yourself or depressed. But these things are not inherently exclusive to each other. The fox. Alan threatened discovery on Anna. Because that was today. I guess, I don't know. I am just guessing from context. I can be very wrong. It sounds like Anna has come after Alan about lying or something, and with Alan, you don't know. He just goes. And he said something to the effect of, if you think I'm lying, I hope you take me to court because I want to, yeah, do something of discovery on you or something like that. And it was just very odd. And I was like, yeah, we're done. I don't need to know what he's on about. I can guess what he's on about. I don't even know what Alan's other stuff is, honestly. I only click when it has one of the girls in the title, and usually it's the same stuff that he's always been going on about. I mean, like, how many times can you say Amberlynn is fat? Yes, we know she's fat. Well, Theo, it looks like you have named my partner. What are we doing? Nothing. All right, cool. My phone's just vibrating. Yeah, I didn't mean to start political discourse, but all right. Let us, because I think I'm mostly done with these. I think a lot of these just kind of repeat, and there are some really good conversations in here. So do feel free to go and read the comments, because my commenters are good commenters. But let's go read some comments from Amberlyn Does Nothing, Lies About It, the most recent video I just posted. So, because there's already a bajillion comments on this too. You know, I say that. It's not that bad. And I've been able to get to most of them. So, Theo. I'm gonna tell him that too. Some guy named Theo on the internet's nicknamed you Tiny Blue Daddy. And I know what he's gonna say. He's gonna go, oh, okay. I love when people put emojis in the comments section. And I love when it's like the first like 20 comments is just nothing but emojis. It cracks me up. I appreciate every one of you. Alright, chemtrails. Because we have to talk about this. I don't know about the California seeding effort, but when I'm talking about the chemtrails as a conspiracy, I'm talking about people who believe that the chemtrails that we see in the sky after airplanes and jets go through the sky, that those are chemicals that are being released by the government to placate and pacify the public. That the chemicals float down from where the planes have unloaded their payload. Yeah. And it's going to filter down through the atmosphere and cover all of us in happy drugs. If that were true, wouldn't we all be a lot less upset about shit? Also, letting things at a how to explain this? Expelling chemicals at that height, especially chemicals that are of a gaseous nature at that height, they'd be so diluted by the time they made it to the ground that it would have no effect, is what I'm trying to say. Now, seeding, California apparently likes to seed their clouds. Cloud seeding is a thing. I don't know how effective it is. I didn't even know they were still doing it, because last I heard, way back in the day, it didn't really work that well, so they just kind of quit doing it. Also, not to be confused with crop dusting, which crop dusting happens at a very low altitude, like literally right on top of the crops. So that's kind of how close you have to be in order to get a distribution of chemicals over a group of people like that. There's a really cool CSI episode where the two people who got murdered were murdered by a guy flying a crop duster, and he sprayed arsenic? I don't remember. He sprayed something. He sprayed some poison over them when he flew over, and it settled on their skin and killed them. So, cool CSI. Huge fan of that show. So, I'm not saying that California isn't trying to seed their clouds, but that's not really chemtrails. That's a whole other thing. Anyway. Literally, old man yells at clouds. We would not be talking about it if it was working. Fairy dust. Glitter. Ruby, stop bringing logic into the conversation. Fairy dust from the sky. I'm just saying, if they were really spraying drugs on us that would make us calm and passive, we would not have crime rates. Yes, if you guys watch K-dramas, I'm a huge K-drama fan. I don't like actual drama, like sad dramas, and I don't like war stuff. But otherwise, if it's a horror or a supernatural, totally there. The more fantasy, the better. I even like costume dramas. So, because the costumes are pretty. Penny Pierce. We are on an Amberlynn video though. If people didn't get the shift, is it still showing up? Okay. I feel like I should have background music playing, but I'm terrified of putting music in these things. Penny Pierce asks if Amber is in the MAGA movement. I would not be surprised. I, honest to God, thought she was. Well, I honestly thought she was a Trump supporter. I'm not trying to start political conversation. I honestly thought that was her political leaning. So, and now you know as much about, I guess, her politics. And that's really the only conversation I wanted to have about it. I'm not trying to start an actual conversation about politics. Powder and Paint said, so Amber's mother isn't obese. Her mother doesn't appear... Her mother looks like she's maybe as big as I am, so technically she's probably obese, but in reality she's, like, overweight socially. She can still shop off the rack, and it looks like she's lost weight since the last time she was on camera. Because I remember when she was visiting Amber while Amber was recovering, she wasn't a tiny woman, but she was bigger, I think, than the last time I saw a picture of her recently with Amber. What does threatened discovery mean? I don't know what he meant. Thank you, Mermaid Princess. Fairy bread is delicious. Another thing I had to explain to the same friend that I was trying to explain chemical trails to, he's like, contratrails? And I'm like, no, not the real thing. There would be no ramen. There will be no riots, no murders. I don't think Amber votes. I don't care if she does. I think everybody should vote, even though I don't agree with the way some people vote. That's not the point. The point is everybody has a voice, and the only way you can use it is to vote. I will always be pro-voting, even when I feel like it's not doing anything. We're not starting this conversation. Oh, here we go. If you like horror, you should watch The Perfection. Musicians. Cute lesbian couple. Is that a K-drama? They don't usually have lesbian couples in K-dramas. They'll do gays, but they won't do lesbians. Yeah, Mermaid Princess. Amber seems very conservative. Maybe she's just uneducated and I'm making assumptions. And I hate to be like that, but she does say shit that just makes me go, Yeah, and that's the other thing. I hate when Amber talks about politics. She's so uninformed. It's not worth. I've literally had conversations with kindergarteners about politics. I'm not shitting you, that are more informed than Amber, and those conversations blew me away. I used to teach after school programs to kids in DC, which I guess it was DC, so I guess I shouldn't have been that surprised. These kids know their shit. And I was just like, you're more informed than I am. And that's scary. You kindergartners. Anyway. It's an American movie. It was on Netflix. Yeah, I get Netflix. Yeah. I lost Prime. I don't have Amazon Prime anymore. Ruby. It's 2 a.m. here and one cat is trying to get outside and the other is trying to get in the freezer with the ice cream. I mean, ice cream. Yeah, I'd be trying to get the ice cream too. What kind of ice cream are we talking here? I do have standards. I'm glad you guys like my long ass videos, because I mean I could make them shorter, but oh yeah, I was really cranky in this video, I remember. Sorry. Also, I know the sound in the video was absolutely trash, and I apologize. I tried my best, but I don't know what's going on. The cord to this is not working well. Um, Jay Borgrio says, sorry about it, that. Only one time I think she was with Destiny and a coworker. Somebody stopped her and Amber filmed it. Yeah, Amber was saying like in the video that she's been recognized so much more now that she's moved to Oklahoma um, than she was recognized when she was living in Kentucky. And I only remember a handful of times her talking about people coming up and saying hi to her. And I remember there were a couple pictures of her out in the wild, but it does seem like things are more frequent in Oklahoma in general, but I still don't believe that she's like living in Amberland Central. It's too much. Oh, yeah, I don't like needles. I don't like needles and I don't like body horror. I guess I should have been more specific. That was my own fault. Though I did watch the new Evil Dead movie and I liked it, so it was hard to get through though. I was like, I really like this. This is really horrible. There were several parts where I was like, oh god. It's a good movie though. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I'm with the cat. I'm with the cat. Birthday cake ice cream. There's so many different flavors. It's impossible to hope for any particular flavor. I can't believe you guys fall asleep to my videos. I think my voice is terrible. Yeah, my mic audio is all over the damn place. Oh, yeah, Hayden Christensen says, maybe in your next video tell people to make sure they're subscribed. Does YouTube really unsubscribe people? That's insane. Oh yeah. Let's talk about Amber's grocery haul. Because I thought that was very interesting. Everything in that cart was low or no sugar. Um, and that giant container of, what was it? Sucralose or stevia? That was interesting to me. She's gonna have some really like explosive fun in the bathroom if you catch my drift, because I know too much of that stuff will upset your stomach, but um I'm finding it very I'm I'm interested to see where she's going with all of those gluten-free, vegetarian-friendly Amy's microwave meals and all of the sugar-free stuff and the chicken and the cans of chicken. So, I'm interested to see what her meal plan is. I didn't see any vegetables. There had to have been vegetables. Oh, I don't think there were. Maybe she just didn't need any? And someone else pointed out, I think I'll get to it in this. Someone else pointed out, oh no, that was on my Instagram. Somebody actually, okay, look, I have an Instagram. It's Tiny Blue Dancer Reacts. I promise you I will start checking my messages. Somebody sent me a message and it said, don't you think it's unusual that you never see Amber buy pet food? And I had never thought about that, but yeah, since she's moved to Oklahoma, I have not seen her buy pet food. Now, obviously the animals are eating, but I do wonder if that's not something that she has delivered, because you can Instacart that stuff, believe me. You can DoorDash it too. Um, let me tell you about 50-pound bags of dog food, by the way. Um, so that might be what's going on. She might be having it delivered as opposed to buying it herself, only because I don't see Amber lifting a 5-pound bag of dog food, let alone 30 to 50 pounds. So, oh wow. Thank you, Ruby. Yeah, we can talk migraines. I suffer from migraines. I get you. I feel you. Mine have gotten less over the years, but they used to be terrible. Avo. Yeah, maybe because she's going out more, she's getting recognized more. That's true. And I think she's mistaking people seeing her as recognizing her. And I'm sure like she's memorable. You know, you're not going to forget Amber. It's like Anna. You're not going to forget you ran into them. Oh, thank you, Rookies Webby. Um yeah, I'm not great with body horror. Thank you for the recommendation though. Maybe I'll see if like what is it? How it should have ended? No, not that's a comedy channel. Endings Explained or Dead Meat does a review of it. I watch them do a lot of reviews on movies I won't watch. Not and for these reasons. Not that I'm not interested. It's just I can't watch it. Yeah, the new Evil Dead movie is it's a lot. It's a lot. Uh Hi, first time catching a live, stumbled across your page and have been listening for the past few days. Oh, thank you. Christina's lifting and healing journey. Good luck on that. On both aspects. Good job with the lifting. Rick. Well, I mean, if you're a med lab technician, I took human anatomy when I was in college, because my focus when I was one of my focuses in my undergrad was human osteology, so bones, but bones, dry bones, not wet bones. I did all right in the anatomy class, but it was gross. And teeth, we don't do teeth. I will do teeth if I have to, but oh my god. And for whatever reason, all right, trigger warning, body horror. So I'm gonna give that a minute. So there weren't any vegetables. I'm not crazy. Anyway, uh, the guy who was running the wet lab had a box of fingernails. And I'm sorry if I just traumatized anybody, but I will never forget that because it was just something I came across one day when I was doing lab work, and I was like, "Are are these what I think they are?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, I collect those." And I was like, "Why? Of all the things, why?" So, fun times. Sorry about that. Yeah, Ruby Sky, she couldn't lift the flattened cardboard box. Yeah, she could. There's no way in hell she's lifting up a bag of dog food. Twinkie eats pesto. Twinkie apparently really likes pesto. I'm team pesto on that one. Yeah, Amber has a lot of weight. Amber's not going to lose weight, you guys. I know she's hovering around 500, and I think that's actually where she wants to be in her head. I don't think she's going to go much below that. I will be very surprised if Amber gets much below that. I will be impressed if she gets to 450. I would like to see that, but I don't think it's going to happen. Yeah, Ruby Sky, I'm on like I'm slowly working out inflammatory things from my diet, aka sugar. Um, so I'm relatively successful. Also, I gave up dairy a long time ago, so unfortunately. Desensitized to the gore. Yeah, I'll do it. What was those? Those Thousand Ways to Die? Was that the show? That was something. I still have nightmares, a couple of those. Where they break green fingernails. Traumatizing myself here. Yes, Ruby. Now, it was my understanding everyone who was represented at the wet lab and in the osteology collection were donations. So, self donations, if you guys catch my drift. Because by the time I got there, NAGPRA had already been in full swing, and they would have had to have removed anyone who wasn't consensually there. So, yes, Abby, you are correct. Bones are fun, actually. Bones are very interesting. You can learn a surprising amount of things. Not Not like the TV show Bones. That's stretching it a lot. But yeah, you can learn a fascinating amount of things from about a person from their bones. So, um Abby, there's these things called college professors, and I don't think you get to be one of those and like maintain sanity. Mermaid Princess, yeah, I watched one, and that was the end of that. Oh, BJ, do you do delivery? You say I hate delivering Costco dog food bags. I hate delivering We get DoorDash does Petco. Nope. I mean, somebody's getting her the animal food. Somebody. Because the animals aren't starving. They're not overweight either. Well, Twinkie's bloomed back up, but I think that's because Amber's what somebody call it free feeding him, where she just like fills the bowl to literal overflowing and just leaves it for days probably. So let's get back to comments. Yay. Soylent says, I don't know why she keeps disappearing like this and go this I don't know why she thinks disappearing like this is going to be in her favor. Her size just makes people believe she's sick, dead, slash dying. One day she's going to do it and not come back. Yes. Yes. Um, so there's that. Also, what did Soylent say? That's right. One day she's going to do it and not come back because she has passed away or is too sick to do anything other than call for emergency services if she isn't under sleep paralysis, where she can barely move because her body is lagging behind her brain. That would be a nightmare for me. And then the world would find out because the farms is keeping tabs on her. And I'm like, can you imagine having a life where the people who keep the closest tabs on you are the people that hate you the most? Can you imagine having a life like that? Oh, oh, hey, look, it's PJ. Um, I put this up in my community tab, and I guess I'll tell you guys. I'm thinking about reacting to the Mr. Snowflake Foodie Beauty thing. Somebody did say only react if you're going to add something to the conversation effectively. I would only watch it if I was going to do with Foodie like I've been doing with Amber, and definitely be doing hardening down on the traits of dark anthropology, because otherwise, because I'm really worried that when we get to the section with Nader in it, I'm gonna have to like tap out, because that, I don't know, I can probably do it. It just really, that's when I stopped watching Foodie. I actually used to watch her. I actually liked her. And then that shit happened and I was just like, what happened? What switch got flipped? But yeah, so it's something I'm thinking about doing. If you guys are interested, let me know. I've been getting some mixed responses. Some people don't want to see it, some people do. So let me know. Blood slides are cool. I mean, stuff that I don't have to touch body wise is great. I can look at it from a distance. I can't be up on top of it. Look, real life stuff is gross. Just putting it out there. It's the movies sanitize that stuff. Even the body horror ones. It's still not as bad as real life. Why doesn't she ever haul all the pet food? I don't know. It just hit me that like everything she's shown us since she's moved in to the new place, she's never shown us treats. Like she used to show us treats that she would buy for Twinkie all the time, and the cat treats that she would buy, and I don't think we've seen anything for the animals since she's moved. She bought that blanket for Twinkie. Was that before or after they moved? I can't remember exactly. I don't think she's really gotten anything for the animals since they moved. Well, she hasn't shown us anything that she's gotten for the animals since they moved. It was a weird comment, but you know, it's alright. It had a point. If I'm just gonna sit there and be like, "Oh my god," I mean, that's not really adding anything to the conversation. Um, yeah, I don't actually know a whole lot about young Foodie either. I caught her while she was still dating BB, and her and Pete would go do weird BFF stuff. And my old best friend, like I have two best friends, had my male best friend and I, we would do weird shit like that too. Ruby says it was gross. I had to mute a few parts. She's gross. I learned more about her though. None of it's good. Great. Oh yeah, that bug. That's the point of no return for me. Yeah, she will never get back on my good side. I am really fascinated though about this whole everyday Miriam thread that she's on. I follow Milk Tea Reacts, and all she does is Foodie, and it's literally the only way I can do anything with Foodie. Um, but it's even more fascinating from Milk Tea Reacts because she teaches English all around the Middle East, basically. She's in various schools for various points of time, and so she knows all about the culture. She knows a little bit about the religion. She's not religious herself, but she still has to follow like the religious laws and that kind of stuff. Um, what else? She's very. I like the way she talks. She's very knowledgeable. She can be just as snarky as I am, but she's not like cruel, I guess, which is why I can watch it. Even though like Foodie, in my opinion, does not deserve too much mercy. But I am fascinated with this whole like recreating herself as a good Muslim woman, and I'm just really and yet still missing the mark every freaking time. And I find it fascinating. Um, that whole adopting a culture you know jack all about, and then of course her husband. Abby, college professors, and the anthropology professors. They're a special breed. The TV show Bones is good. Well, it was good. It's not on here anymore. I couldn't stand the actress who played Bones. Like the character Bones herself just drove me absolutely nuts. But everybody else was great. Mm. Yeah, she did do the bark. Yeah, like the bark boxes. She's not doing those anymore. Um, I don't know if it's lagging or what. All right, back to the comments then. Chat froze. Tarquin Superbus? Amber goes out. Subscribers in Midwestern. Good job getting out there. I don't think Amber would be offended though. I don't think Amber would be. I don't think Amber would take that as in an offensive way. She'd probably be like motivated by it. Motivated by it. Sorry, Abby. We must agree to disagree. I hated that character. I don't know if it was the actress or the character. Like, you know, the writing of the character, the way the character is supposed to be portrayed. But, I mean, after the first season, the actress is the character. So, I did not like the character. It was so cliche. It was so cliche. Uncreative. Oh, alright. Yeah, here. Let me, walk some shit back here. I did say in the video that having your uterus removed will cause will cause medical menopause. I am wrong. I apologize. You need to have your ovaries removed. That's what produces the estrogen. So, I am wrong about that, and I apologize. I will never do it again. But I think Amber had the whole thing removed, all of it. I think she had a full on, I don't know what it's called, when they have everything taken out, because she doesn't produce estrogen anymore. She had the same thing. She had the same thing Foodie had done. I don't think, did Foodie have cancer? Why did she get her uterus? Why did she have all that taken out? I thought it was because of that. Anyway, um, but as far as I understand, neither of them have produce actual estrogen anymore because they don't have the parts that do that. I can be wrong though. Twinkie is still overweight. Twinkie's blossomed back up again. Justine, yeah, that was funny. Look, we have our own little spats. I'm not gonna lie about the archaeology versus anthropology thing. I believe anthropology should be a subfield of archaeology, but academia disagrees with me. So archaeology is a subfield of anthropology, but we all know which field everybody actually knows about. Kind of, they know exists. Let me put it that way. Um, Tracy says, I feel like Amber is just done with YouTube but stuck in it for the money. I wonder if she's on disability. I don't know. I don't think she can get on disability. I don't think disability doesn't work. Well, I don't know. She's in Oklahoma now. Maybe it does. But yeah, somebody else asked, somebody said something on Kicking Geese's thread this morning about is Amber retiring? And that kind of struck me. I think she's bored with it. I do. Because otherwise, if you compare the amount of energy that Amber brought to her channel, to her reactions back during Crystal and Destiny and like the early parts of Becky eras, compare that level of energy to the level of energy she's putting into things and has been putting into things since the live stream era. This is her income. She knows she can't do anything else. So I could totally see how she's really just doing shit out of spite at this point because she knows people will watch, which is also why I think she does the whole disappearing for 7 days and then coming back, because she knows that that video that she does after she comes back is going to be one of her most viewed videos that month. So there's that. But I do get the feeling that, the luster of YouTube has definitely gone, and she's just kind of, whatever motions she has, she's just going through the motions. And that's why we get what we get. Which is why I'm like, if you're just going to mukbang, just mukbang. People will watch it. I'll even watch it, probably. I don't know. We might renegotiate that, but if all she's going to do is eat, But, yeah, I do kind of get the feeling that Amber's just kind of burned out. Burned out and ate up. That's why it jumps. It, like, holds comments and then, like, dumps 5 of them all at once. Happy. I'm sorry. Oh, does she have cysts, Alexi? Okay. Boy, those must have been some cysts. Ruby Sky. I can't answer that question. I thought they did. I'm 90% sure they do. But there's like people are listing other other words in their comments correcting me about the uterus stuff, so I'm like, "Oh, I don't know." Somebody said that they had 2 different procedures. One was a hysterectomy and the other one was something where they just took the tubes but left the actual ovary in there. And I was just like, I didn't realize that there was like a name for all of this. I thought it was just hysterectomy done. So, shows what I know. Jay, I like I don't know if you guys can see it, but I like his little icon. Their icon. Jay Pieter? I am sorry. Amber's channel needs to tank. Absolutely. There's absolutely nothing in her content that deserves the amount of money she's making. You can't even credit her with well, it's not very good, but she tries hard. Well, no, because she doesn't try hard. I take that back. She does try hard. She tries really hard to make it awful. I honestly think she's doing this on purpose. She's making these terrible videos on purpose. Well, hello, Cordelia. Did you write me a whole novel? Sorry about the chemtrails. Um, again, I'm almost positive she had the all of it taken out, but um, I take proestrogen myself because I'm not allowed to have estrogen because of my migraines. Like they are very, very determined to not let me have that, which is going to be a fight this year. But because I am determined to get on estrogen because I am menopausal. Second side note: I have thin, super straight hair. Yeah, if I curl my hair, it just kind of laughs at me. But I will check out this Osis Plus. Dust it. Sounds interesting. I just want some volume. I don't even want it to curl. I just want to have some lift. It's a little bit of lift. And we're talking about hair. Cool. I appreciate the hair talk, honestly. Midori Gale Art says she puts the blame of anything in her gallbladder and she doesn't know that too much stevia will upset it. Really? Interesting. Also, as someone who had kidney stones at age 31, sorry, from not drinking water is the biggest culprit. Yeah, water is surprisingly the fix, a cure-all. Not like the cure-all, but it solves a lot of problems. Mike Vasquez. Makes me feel old. Welcome to the club. Um, well, Fat Chicken in a Barn. Hi. Late to the party again. There is a bit of there's quite a bit of association of straight hair equaling beauty slash cleanliness slash professional, and textured hair means the opposite, which I find weird. Yes, it's not just in the Amberverse. That is true. It is a ongoing stereotype that exists in society. I've not encountered it a lot for obvious reasons, but my cousin has really cool curly hair, like poof curl hair, and I know how she takes care of her hair. So I know it's clean and all that good stuff. And I know that she hates taking care of it. Poor thing. But yeah, there's this idea that curly hair, especially like untamable curly hair, is somehow a, a sign of like fiery temperaments and that kind of thing. And there's also this very, very valid conversation about ethnic hair and the concept of natural hair, where there's quite a bit of social pressure for women of African American descent to straighten their hair and to not let it grow naturally. Same thing with the men. You're not allowed to have the hair out to a certain height, which varies with, through history, obviously, but it's frowned upon. So there's quite a bit of, well, effectively, there's quite a bit of racism that goes along with the whole concept of straight hair versus, kinky hair. And I mean, it's rooted in racism. I don't know what to tell you guys. So, but yes, there is that stereotype. I was kind of hoping it kind of died out, but here's to hoping. Yeah, we're just Chloe Jordan and I agree. Amber just shouldn't have animals. She can't take care of them. Even if she did actually care about them, which after this whole like I woke up with my cat making bread on my chest. Love that for me. Girl. And then somebody else, a couple people actually pointed out in the comment section that the cat might have been trying to wake her up from a sleep apnea event. which I didn't think about at the time, but you know how animals are real sensitive to that kind of stuff. So maybe it was. Maybe that's exactly what had happened. I don't think the cat was giving her CPR. I guess in their own cat way they were, but it was more of a, you know, hey, are you okay? Kind of a thing. So I should catch up with this. Oh, it's good and stuck. Um, okay, wait. I guess it. I'm trying to catch up with chat, sorry. Hillary says she doesn't have a lot to do. I can't imagine she really has much to film. That is also true. I don't know. Like, um, one of the reasons I don't react to Alexandra Rodriguez is because I think she's boring AF. But, I mean, she's kind of in the same situation. She doesn't really do a lot. She's very repetitive and yet still manages to crank out, what, daily videos? Like, that's the other reason. I'm just like, Jesus, woman. You literally have nothing to do. Um, so there's that. And I mean, Anna doesn't do anything. If she's not shilling clothes, she's pretending that she works out, and that's about it. That's about all Anna does. She used to travel, but I think travel season for her is like at a standstill right now. And even then, like she just did go to Disneyland? Yeah. And didn't really share any of it except for a couple of shorts where she's working out in ridiculous outfits in Disneyland World, whatever. Our girls are boring is what I'm saying. Her back catalog and new people discovering her is probably just enough to keep her going, maybe. Amber probably makes quite a bit daily just from passive income from her old videos. I do believe that. Um, and this whole thing, like, I will only watch people react to her, and that's fine. I'm not saying don't, but the thing is like I have to watch the video, so we are interacting with the video one way or the other. That's what I was bitching about in this video. Um, you have to not be able to work to get disability. She is working. The fact that making videos and posting them to YouTube isn't conventional work doesn't matter. Yeah. I don't think she's disabled enough. I know a lot of the people on 600 Pound Life, like they're on disability, but I don't think they're on disability because they're obese, even though they are. They're on disability for other problems that are because of the obesity. But I don't think you can be. I've had enough people tell me that you can't be on disability simply because you are obese, because there would be so many people on disability. I'm not even going to try to say that, Susan Butler. I will. Is that a real word? That's like when I took German. Well, I took German a lot, but my German teacher would always start the semester off by writing the longest ass word in the world. And it's a German word, because of course it is. So that definitely gets up there. Um, Ruby, I have no idea about Eugenia. I did not watch the Mr. Snowflake Eugenia one, and I will not watch it, so. She reminds me of Holocaust victims, and I can't take it. Have you dried your hair upside down? I do that. I like blow dry my hair upside down, and I also do the pull it up and blow dry it thing. And it has lift for like an hour. I'm sure if I use something like mousse or hairspray, it might last for maybe a couple hours. Um, Christina's lifting Jordy. The way my doctor explained it to me when I got my tubes removed, if he took my uterus, there would be a 30% chance I would go I would go into menopause, and if he took my ovaries, it would be 100%. That makes sense. I do not have thick hair, unfortunately. I used to. the schools are getting involved. Don't tell me. I don't want to hear about it. Because it'll just piss me off. Oh, Alexi. Oh yeah. One of the first projects I did, major projects, it was actually like my undergraduate final project was working on a site in Indiana for Madam C.J. Walker, who was basically like the first self-made, well at the time, millionaire. Um, and that was a big deal back then. But the reason why she was so successful is because, well, she was an African American woman, obviously, and she made hair products for African American women, and most of the products that she created were for straightening the hair, straightening and beautifying the hair, and that was so that Victorian African American women, because this is after slavery. Also, Indiana never was a slave state. Anyway, but that was the whole point, was that you were to straighten your hair so that you could do the updos and all the other crap that we Victorian women did with their hair. But if your hair is natural, if you have it in the natural way, you couldn't really get those hairstyles because your hair is just not going to work that way. But if you straighten it, but yeah, that's how she made millions. Was selling hair care products. She's actually pretty famous historically. But yeah, that was one of the first projects I worked on. It was pretty cool. I got to dig up her backyard with a hammer. It's a whole thing. Let's see. I have heard that the sea salt spray is good for hair. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, the cat stealing breath thing, we're not even gonna. We can only get so lucky. I can eat them. Ruby. You dead yet? Are you dead yet? Ah, dude, if somebody came up behind me and pulled that whole "I cut your hair" shit, there would have been fists. No, I don't care. Why do people touch other people's hair? That is weird. Don't do that. Like, why? Why? How does the thought even go through your head? Hey, I'm gonna go touch this random person's hair. If you touch me and I don't know who you are, it is not going to end well. Let alone touch my damn hair. Yeah, Ruby, thank you, thank you. But Mr. Snowflake had to take a break after watching. This is the 5th episode of Shaped by the Algorithm, and at the end of this episode, he basically says he's going to take a break after making 5 episodes, and we're not in the Becky era yet. We haven't even finished. God damn it, Destiny era. I can only imagine how bad Foodie's going to hit him, because she's already started being a bee about it. And he made a reaction to her video, but I don't think he's like prepared. I don't think anybody's prepared. But yeah, I worry. I actually worry about him a little bit on this one. Susan Butler. Yeah, I do wonder what Anna's actually like. I wonder what her real personality is like. I don't think she would be that unlikable if she would just quit faking it. Sorry. Yeah, 1524 scooter. I see you. I don't think Anna would collaborate with Anna just because I don't think Anna would see value in Amber. I think Amber would love to collaborate with someone. She was desperate to do one with Avocado. And that just never worked out. Good night, Alexi. Thank you for coming. I think I'm caught up. There we go. Yeah, why don't touch people's hair? What? because they saw what did they think your hair was gonna feel like, a spring? Cordelia, I think Anna could easily quit faking her personality because we've seen her do it. I think she's afraid of who she really is. I think she thinks she has to be this fake positive person because I think she thinks it's actually helping. And I mean, as far as successes, she is successful. She makes more money than I do. She pays her own bills. She travels all over the damn place. You know, she's got a wardrobe full of $800 dresses. She's got a bajillion freaking pairs of shoes. You know? I apologize. I really do edit all of this crap out of my videos. So I mean, she's winning. I wouldn't want to be her in her current state as far as health, mentally or physically, but I mean, she's doing better than a lot of people I know. I guess you could say the same thing about Amber, except Amber doesn't travel. Amber doesn't really do anything. Yeah, she's got a closet full of clothes, but they're not $800 dresses. You know, Amber wears one pair of shoes. She's I don't, Revolutionary for All says ALR's content are for people who watched her for a long time, and I'm going to say spectators. Anyone seeing her for the first time is going to click off. ALR is famous for her torrid hauls. She has to buy at least 7 dresses that look like shirts online. Now she is at the store, and all we get were sunglasses. Is her money tight? Is mom not having it? Or is it different when shopping online versus in-store? Amber's never going to answer those questions. I don't know if money's tight. I think money's different. I think money's different for her now because it's just everything costs different. I guess if that makes sense. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I apologize. I don't know if her mom's having it or not. I really don't know. I don't know what her mom thinks about this. We never get to hear. So there's that. And as far as is it different when shopping online versus in-store? I don't think Amber would try anything on in-store because A, she'd have to strip to some capacity in the store in order to try the clothes on. And I just don't think she'll do that. Also, I guess she might fit into the handicap stall, but otherwise she wouldn't fit in one of the changing rooms. And they may not carry their largest sizes in store. I don't know. I haven't been inside a Torrid in forever. I know plus size is their thing, so I don't know why they wouldn't, but I don't know. And didn't I read somewhere that Torrid is going to stop putting basically their size 12 and their size 14 stuff on the racks? Like, isn't that what I heard? I might be insane. But that's just what I think I heard. And I know I'm not being sly. Sarah Elmore says, depending on her cancer history, she may not be allowed to have any HRT because it increases the risk of other cancers. I don't know. Because I was like, why isn't she on? But as I want to say, who pointed this out? Another one of the commenters points out that there has been a recent study put out that kind of debunks the whole like estrogen causes cancer thing. And it's a pretty significant study, and it was specifically because of the old study that supposedly showed that that's what actually happened. So that's interesting to see. One study is great. I'll be a lot happier when I see more of them. Oh. Alright, if you guys want to see my anthropology and my archaeology stuff, just look up archaeological fantasies. That's all I can do for you. I will not be judged. Also, why I'm like, it's not hard to find out who I am. So there you go. I did it on live stream. Yay. My therapist will be proud of me. Scooter. Yeah. 1524 Scooter. You said you're taking the bioidentical HRT. That's a goal for me this year. That's what I want to go look at. It does require me to go to the doctor, which I'm not happy about. Grendel's mama. Yeah, exactly. The 40s is kicking my ass. Oh, shit. That was my late 30s. That wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. The last time I was in Torrid, the shop assistant said they didn't carry my size. That's like an FA horror story right there. I saw a video where her and Destiny were talking about a dog. That was like the very first time. That was like early in their relationship. They were looking at a baby. Thank God. I almost did the elbow to the face, but my expression scared them. I think physical violence is completely valid in that situation. Amber gets more views than Anna. Anna's numbers are weird. I know I say this every damn time I talk about it. But yeah, Anna's numbers are way lower than they should be. I know a lot of people are telling that she bought her followers, and I'm not saying she didn't. I'm just saying, like, does she have her button? Shouldn't she have, like, her silver button? I don't know. That's 50,000, right? That's 50K? The silver button? Anyway. Yeah, see, I'm actually, the reason why I want to look into the HRT or the BH, what do they call it? There's like an acronym for it. The bioidentical, is because like I haven't started getting hit with the really bad symptoms yet, but I know they're coming. So I kind of want to get out ahead of it. Hillary H, they do stock the largest. I mean, that would make sense, wouldn't it? That's like their shtick is they're plus size, right? And it is very angry, and it really does come out. Yeah, Theo. Yeah, I mean that's what I'm trying to do. And like I said, I'm trying to get out ahead of it. Also, I want to see if it makes me feel better. I mean, if I don't have to be on my medications, I don't want to be, but sometimes it's hormonal, and sometimes you can't help it. Speaking of hair, sorry. A part of the video, if you guys haven't watched it, part of the video is the help part. She needs help with her hair because going back to the wavy straight hair conversation, she's like, I need help. And Adriana Rosa is saying she has said over and over that she doesn't condition her hair, and she uses a lot of heat on her hair with no protectant, hence the thinning out, among other factors. She has nothing but time on her hands and can't find a reputable information on anything. I know, right? Like, how the fuck does her Google work? Does she have the broken Google? Is she using Bing? But yeah, I mean, like, look, I'm not Justine level, I'm not Mama Goose level hair care here. So obviously, because I keep complaining about it, but I have started using rosemary oil on my hair. I do an oil treatment like once a month. That really helps the condition of my hair. I've been using a is it a Moroccan oil mask? Oh my god, that's so nice. I actually used it today. Oh, look how shiny. Look how shiny. Anyway, that's really nice. I use that about once every 2 weeks or so. And then I use I put rosemary oil in my shampoo and my conditioner, but I've always used conditioner. And then when I get out of the shower, every time I use a hair oil on the ends. It's a leave-in oil, and it doesn't make my hair greasy. And then I use a leave-in conditioner. I get those from, it's a Korean brand, Elavesa. I'll show it to you guys if you're ever interested. Doing that for the better part of 2 years has really improved the condition and the feel of my hair. I won't say it's helped with hair growth, The only thing that seems to help with that is taking collagen and biotin. Um, so there's that. But it's effort is kind of my point. Like, you got to remember to, you got to condition your hair. That's the first step. You can't just wash it. You've got to condition it, you know? And then when you get out, you have to remember to put the oil on. You have to remember to put the conditioner on. You have to, I don't always blow dry my hair, but when I do, I don't use the highest heat setting, so it takes longer. Sometimes I just let it air dry. And it looks fine when it air dries too, because it's not, it's my hair, like, frizzy is an issue with straight hair. Like, it doesn't look good on straight hair. So, like, that was my big thing. I didn't want all the flyaways and stuff like that. And also, I keep up on my split ends. Like, that's the only way. Like, it is amazing how much split ends will, like, that 1 inch of split end on the end of your hair will impact how your hair lays. And since I have, like, waterfall straight hair, any kind of frizz here at the end, it just affects everything. Anyway, it's effort. But Amber has nothing else to do. She could put a hot oil treatment on her hair and let it sit all day. She could do the mayonnaise trick on her hair. Let it sit all day and wash it out, and her hair would look just like a million times better after one treatment. What else is she gonna do that day? Like, what grand plans does she have that she can't put a treatment on her hair one day? Anyway, I'm ranting. Rookies Webby. Yeah, you should be interested in the hormone replacement. Like, I've listened to a bunch of podcasts. I've listened to a lot of podcasts, you guys, and of course, that information has to be factual. But I have. Anyway. And there's just been a lot of talk about it and how much it can actually help women. I'm assuming men can also benefit from not estrogen replacement, but probably testosterone replacement. So, I mean, it works both ways. I'm just a woman. Therefore, I'm interested in estrogen. Oh, and Theo's basically saying what I just said. So, good job, Theo. Got out ahead of me. Not having enough E or T in your body will essentially degrade your bones. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's crazy. It is interesting. Sonia Gable says half of Girl World follows Anna now. It is interesting to see Anna getting more and more into Girl World, whether she wants to be or not. And just seeing that tide kind of shift. She is kind of like the new belle at the ball right now. I don't think she's prepared for it. On her YouTube channel, she gets all kinds of negative, not nasty negative, but like, you know how people call you out on YouTube. So she gets a lot of that on YouTube, but then I go to her Instagram and I go to her TikTok and it's nothing but positive. Like, I don't see any negative. I don't see anything that's like even remotely critical. Excuse me. But on YouTube, I don't know if she just can't filter it as much on YouTube or what, or maybe whoever it is that goes and curates the comments on TikTok and on. But dude, she had a TikTok up and it's a recent one. Well, it was from the 5th of February. It only has 22 comments on it and only 900 views. She has 8.4 million followers on TikTok. And she can't get over 900? Like, that's blowing my mind. 22 comments. That's insane. That would be like one of my videos getting like 3 comments. It's just weird. Ruby or Ricky. Rocky, sorry. It might be, I don't know. It might be, it might not be. That's why you need to go get checked. The only way to know for sure is to have your estrogen levels checked. And the only way they can do that is to draw blood. Hence why I'm not excited about it. Yeah, welcome to my other channel, Ruby. I love a hair mask. It rinses in really cold water too. I love snipping the split ends. I don't go after my individual split. I used to do that. and then my hair looked choppy. So that's why I go and get it all chopped at once. They keep trying to put fucking layers in it, and I'm like, I don't want layers. Your hair will look flat. I know. Just cut it the way I want it cut. Yeah, Theo says you can get implants that go under your skin. Yeah, they're like little tiny rice. Look like little tiny. Well, it's like they do it with the birth control too, and they just kind of inject it under your skin. It sounds horrific, but I mean, once it's there, you don't feel it. I had a friend who had the same kind of that's how she used to get her birth control. It's once a 6 months, I think it was, or something like that. She had to go in and get a shot, and she's like, it's painful for like the first day, and then you don't notice it. So, Mermaid Princess, the reason she does not use hair conditioner is because it would take longer to shower, and she can't. She doesn't have the stamina to do it. A lot of a lot of the people on 600-Pound Life, if they wash their hair, they just shampoo. They don't condition because it's an extra step that they don't see the value in. And it's such a labor for them to clean themselves that it's just not worth it to them. And I think that's exactly why she doesn't use conditioner. Hillary, I need to put more effort in my hair. I didn't think I did either until I started to, and then I was like, oh, I get it. Yeah, there's a lot of guys who take testosterone, like older guys. Who is that? He sounds like Guilford Godfrey. He's one of the bodybuilder guys. He doesn't focus on Girl World, but he's commented on it a few times. Coach Greg Duche? I think that's it. Anyway, he still competes as I think in physique. And so he's very upfront about the fact that he gets testosterone shots. He's over 50. I think he's like 55. He doesn't look it. And I'm assuming it's because of the T. But he mentions that he gets those shots because he wants to stay competitive. And he's like, there's only one way to do that at this age, because otherwise he'd lose muscle definition. So a lot of guys are doing it. I don't see anything wrong with it. Oh, see, that's the other thing with the bioidentical. They like make a cocktail for you. That's why they need to know what your blood is, so they know where you're up and where you're down. That's how what I understand. And did April vanish? Is April off the internet? Is that what's happened? Because I haven't heard anybody talk about her in a while. Anna deletes a lot. Yeah, she does. I've caught it. The fitness guru arc is bizarre. Pellets. There we go. Yeah, Midori Gale. Layers are nightmares for straight hair. Like, why do they do that? And God knows I can't style it the way they've styled it. I just don't have the talent. So it's probably easier than taking an oral tablet. I hate needles, and that's my biggest problem is if it's gonna have to be an injection, I'm not entirely sure how I'm gonna handle it. Cause yeah, Greg Duche. Yeah. He does sound it is yeah, well, I mean that was Guilford Godfrey, so. Yeah, I don't want to have to take an actual injection, but if that's the only way I can get it, I will suck it up. I get my flu shot every year and my boosters, so. I'm glad you guys like the body language stuff. Jaggy Lee says, I enjoy these studies of ALR's micro movements. One thing I picked up on is how she inserts an H into her words, just a breathy H, but it's there. It automatically makes everything she says feel like a lie. Interesting. I know she says shit weird. So, yeah, it's, season assist. I love that we had to explain that. Talking about the cherry print stuff. No, Amber does not get to do cherry print. God damn it. But she's apparently getting it from Mama Lynn. I didn't realize Mama Lynn was a Cherry fan, so that's where that shit's coming from. So she is going to absorb pieces of her mother's personality. I mean, we knew that was going to come. Um, Judy McCollin says, where is it? I think she puts obvious jump cuts into her videos, her weigh-in, because I mentioned that there were two really weird jump cuts during her weigh-in. I don't think she was hiding anything. I just think they're weird jump cuts. Um, anyway, Judy McCollin is saying she puts the jump cuts in because it increases speculation. I think she's right. I think she's right. Ouch. And she's also saying that the reason Amber's interactions have gone up is because she leaves the apartment. She has to leave the apartment now. She can't just send people out to do things for her anymore. I think Amber's slightly more street. I mean, if I had to, I think Amber's slightly more street smart than she definitely is book smart. But she's got YouTube down. Gunneret, when it comes to her weight, I can't truly be arsed. And she gets to when she gets and stays to 450. So apparently there is a Chinatown in in Oklahoma. Is she in Oklahoma City? If I ever go there, I will stop out at Super Kaohsiung. Nope. That's Ing, isn't it? Ingen? I have a friend whose name is spelt that way, only it's Ing. It looks like she's at the hot pot place there that is called Hot Pot Heroes. Hot Pot is amazing if you have never had one. Also, I learned that there is a difference between Korean and Chinese hot pot. And I think I've only had Chinese style hot pot. I am a huge fan. I can't wait to try Korean style. Apparently it's spicier. I'm okay with spicy. Spice doesn't bother me. So, yeah. Decimator talks about coconut water. I like coconut water. I like the coconut water that you get from yep. Not the one that has like the jelly bits in it or the pieces of aloe in it, which is the first one I ever tried and I did not like it. But just the plain coconut water that you can get in all the different bottles and stuff now, that doesn't bother me. But there's definitely a texture to the one that you get that has like coconut bits and aloe bits in it. Not my thing. It's very popular. Not my thing. But also the Arizona packs of the green tea with honey and ginseng. So I can just drink that. Those cans of it. Oh, that stuff's so good. Also, I'm one of these people that doesn't like the taste of water. I will say getting it filtered does help, but obviously I'm drinking it, but so yeah, I do. Let's see, where is it? MW6346 says sunglasses are the new earrings. She's hoarding the accessories because she can't buy clothes. I do wonder if we're going to start seeing a collection of sunglasses. So if she doesn't already have one and she just hasn't shared. I don't know what OSA is in terms of something Amber needs to admit to having. But this is one of the people saying that like she probably was having a sleep apnea event, and the kitty was worried. Yeah, probably. And a wee bunch of flowers. Thank you. You guys crack me up in the comments. Yeah, this one's, I think, Samantha Remerart, I think, Wasabi's a hero. If somebody wakes up from a sleep apnea episode and to find their cat doing CPR, I think they should be a little more grateful. Wasabi's a big cat. Mm. Are we talking about hot pot yet? Whip. Whip. Do you think Amber genuinely ever takes a step back from herself and thinks about the fact that she genuinely doesn't know who she is? That's a really terrifying. I think she does. I've seen her do it. Some of her Mia Copa moments, she gets there. I think she does spend a lot of time in her own head, and I think that was part of her problem when she first moved to Oklahoma by herself. She had too much time to be in her own head, and I think it scared her. I think that was part of the reason she was absolutely miserable. And I still don't believe she's not miserable. I think she's just coping. But yeah, I don't think she's, and I think being in her own head scares the living shit out of her. I mean, I don't even like doing it, and I'm pretty comfortable with myself. So, wait, did we answer the April Lauren question? Is she still on? Doo. Coconut water's delicious. I'd rather drink that than Gatorade, honestly. Theo, we'll die on that hill. I didn't know you could drink aloe vera until I got a coconut water that had it in there, and I was just like, is it supposed to be like that? And of course I'm there with my Hispanic friend who's looking at me like I'm insane, so I just drank the damn water. Ooh, sour watermelon. Ooh. I've had the cherry something liquid IV. That was good. So I've been eyeballing those. They're kind of pricey. They're for my budget. So I'm kind of keeping an eye on them. The Rite Aid I go to puts them on sale pretty frequently. So I think next time they dip down into like not $20, I'll buy a pack of it. But I'll keep an eye out for the watermelon. I think a lot of people add flavor to their waters these days. I mean, why not? I don't see anything wrong with it. As long as it's not sugar-based, I don't see anything wrong with it. I don't like the tablets because they don't dissolve. I tried those when I was working um, because I thought it would be more convenient to carry a solid tablet than it would be to carry like a liquid or a powder in my backpack, and I was wrong. I mean, it was easier, but it didn't dissolve in the water, so it didn't get any of the benefits of it. Uh, Wasabi's first aid satisfied. I wish my cats were first aid trained. Did you get kicked out? And I'm being ignored. Never mind. I think most people have only had the Chinese version. I didn't realize there was a Korean variant. So. Though, to be honest, if you've ever gone to the Melting Pot, the fondue place, that's basically hot pot too, so. It's been around. Oh, Bob, I hope your day got better. I see you. I see your comment too. Let's see. Speaking of liquid IV. Don't hate the play. I don't even know what we're talking about. Excuse me. Yeah, I was asking why I vaguely remembered her. I didn't even realize she was on estrogen until she said she was off it. So that shows how much I was paying attention at the time. But I do remember her saying that she was coming off the estrogen because someone said it was the pharmacist, but I think it was actually like a nurse practitioner that she had gone to see. And they were like, why are you still on this? You shouldn't be on this. It's going to give you cancer. And so she was like really upset about that. As upset as Amber gets about things. Um, so I remember her coming off of it. I don't remember her going on it, but it's not surprising to me that they may have put her on it after the surgery. So, um, Yes, so someone was reminding me of that. Mean Falcon was reminding me of that. Um, and I went on to say, being in the healthcare system as a woman sucks. And Ginger Snap says, "This is why it's important to remember that Amber lies like she breathes." Valid. I'm sorry about the uterus thing. Yeah, Piper JC, I think a pharmacist told her. I don't think it was a pharmacist. I think it was a nurse practitioner. And I don't think it was a doctor either. Um, but Missy Suspicious says she gets a Elton John mid-70s vibe from the sunglasses. Also valid. Boy, I had a crush on Elton John. Oh my. Elton John, is why I know what being bi is, though. Even though he turned out to be gay. Until that point, he was telling people he was bi. And I was like, what the fuck is bi? And then I was like, oh, well, there you go. Now I know what that is, and I'm glad I know. JBB says there's a hot place by me that's a buffet style for everything that isn't on the premium menu. Yeah, the two that I've been to have been like that too. It's basically as much as you can eat, as much broth as you need. But the one that I went to the last couple times, you can only be there for I think 2 hours, and then they basically boot you. Um, but you can also order off the premium menu as well. They just charge more for it. Like it's a flat price. Excuse me. It's a flat price if you go in and just eat off the regular menu. But there's certain items that you can add on for extra. Totally worth it though. Like hot pot's one of those things that if you watch what you order, you can have a really healthy meal. And they'll even bring you rice out if you're worried about like not filling up, which you'd have to be insane. But I mean, there's all kinds of vegetables that you can get. If you're a meat eater, there's all kinds of meat you can get. If you're a non-meat eater, there's like 19 million kinds of tofu that you can get. There's a ton of stuff that you can eat at Hot Pot. It doesn't have to be, all fish balls and noodles. I'm just saying fish balls because it's the mystery meat of the sea. I don't think it's necessarily good or bad, but it's basically all the pieces that are left over all smushed together. And I will die on that hill. Bye now, gay later. That's what he did. He was really gay the whole time. He was just telling people he was bi because he thought that would be more acceptable. Turns out he was gay. Who knew? And then he made movies, and he's hilarious. I still love Elton John. Are you making tabbouleh? Good lord. What is dry pot? LZ, what's dry pot? Is that the one with the rice at the bottom and it's all like crispy? Bob. I don't meditate. I'm impressed with people who can. It's the one thing I tell my therapist when I first start with them. I'm like, I'm not going to do meditation, so don't even bother. And they're just like, okay. Let's see. We're coming to the end. Yeah, the cat thing. Not too many people mention it, which is good because most of us realize it's stupid. The cat thing is a really old wives' tale. I mean, it probably goes back before the Victorian era, honestly. But there's the wives' tale of the cat taking the infant's breath away, and it was thought that it was because they would smell the milk on the baby's breath and sit on the baby to sniff their breath and suffocate the child. I don't know. I don't think cats actually will do that. Like, because I know what I do. I know when my cousins were babies, my aunt didn't want the cat to be in the room with them by themselves. because the cats were curious of the babies, obviously. And nothing bad happened to them, obviously. But she didn't want them in the bed with the she didn't want them in the room with the babies unattended because she was afraid that they would smother the babies. And she thought it was because the babies were warm and the cats would want to lay on the baby because the baby was warm and then again inadvertently smother them. Um I don't know how true that is. I don't know if there's too many. I don't know. I don't know what the statistic is. I don't know if it's something that you should really be worried about as a parent. I wouldn't probably be terribly worried about it unless my doctor was like, "Yeah, by the way." But I don't have babies, so I don't have to worry about it. So, there you go. There's my story. Please tip your waitress. Oh, and yes, textured hair is beautiful. I'm a big fan of natural hair. I'm a big fan of like all natural hair, not just even like kinky curly natural hair. I'm also a fan of outrageously weird hair when done correctly. I think Megan Eco Instinct, I apologize. And the noodles debacle. When I saw the feeder content for the first time at regular speed, I felt sure that it took a good year off of my life. But here, seeing it in slow motion, I just don't know how long I will need to recover, but I feel sure that you owe me a smooth bourbon and an hour in my happy place. If I knew where you were, I would send you bourbon. Uh, I thought it was entertaining. What else was I going to do with that damn video? You guys watched it. Justine says cats can accidentally smother the babies. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a reason not to believe it, but I don't really have a reason to believe it either. I mean, it's one of those things. Like, I don't not believe it. I just don't know how prevalent it is. Okay, well, here, I should just read things as opposed to just running my mouth. Because Cordelia wrote me an essay. Thank you. I think it's funny. Because I was curious, I looked it up. The cats suck a baby's breath away while they're sleeping things. There are records of it being mentioned in print in the early 1600s in England. It seems infant mortality was fairly high. Well, yeah. Babies go to sleep, SIDS. Still happens. I just read. Not having a reason was upsetting, so having a reason they felt like there was a little control, they prevent the baby from dying, they blame the cats, basically. There was a conqueror's inquest in England in 1791 where breath sucked out by cat was actually deemed the cause of death. Put on actual death certificates. The legend faded a bit, but plenty of people still kind of believe it or believe a variant. A cat might lie across a baby's face and suffocate them. That was my aunt. Nothing against my aunt. Sometimes in history, let's see. Though that kind of doesn't happen. It may be sometime in history of the world, some kid, statistically, but finding any reported cases seems to be a dead end, no pun intended. With a variation is that babies have traces of milk on their lips, which is what lures the cat in, but whether that's a thing matters less if the killing babies part isn't. All that said, I have woken up with my fluffy cat across my face and have considered suffocation by fluffy cat might be the way I go. Yeah, exactly. As adults, our brain would wake us up if we can't breathe. Now, you get one of these 30-pound Maine Coon cats laying across your face, and it might be more of a challenge. Just putting that out there. I am so disappointed that my cat stopped growing at 17 pounds. I really wanted him to get to become one of those behemoths, but he's got just enough ragdoll in him to stop that. Genetics. I wanted a battle cat. Though, to be fair, he's like the laziest battle cat that has ever battle catted, so. H. Byrne says, I work in environmental engineering. The number of calls I get about chemtrails is mind-blowing. No, it's not. I believe you. I also appreciate your Fallout icon over here. There's a Japanese version of hot pot. Look, I'm here for hot pot. I don't care who make. You can call it fondue. You can call it hot pot. I'm here for it. My cats were terrified of my babies. I'm not sending you the bourbon. I didn't traumatize you. Maybe. I don't know. I can't meditate. Yeah, meditation's hard for me. My partner loves tabbouleh, so you would think I'd learn to make it. I'm a bad partner. Hot pot could be. Hot pot's delicious. I mean, it's broth. How is it? It's as healthy as you make it. It's like salad. You guys are skittish. Anybody want to come say hi? No? You never say hi. Yeah, you're not worth picking up. You scream too much. And the other two are staring at me from across the room. Or are... Excuse me real quick. I need to go check on something. I'm sorry. Where are you, skittish? What's going on? It's nuts. Yep. Nobody ever gets to see you. Yeah, nobody ever gets to say hi. This is his unhappy face. Why? You don't want to be friendly. Look, look. Say hi to the people. Go on. I know. I picked you up. How dare. How dare. And now you know why you never see the tabby cat. He likes people. He just hates being picked up unless it's my partner. And then he like molds himself to my partner's arm. He's very much a daddy's boy. Blake says, if Amber was doing actually well, she'd be shoving it down our faces. That's a normal reaction for a creator who is doubted as much as she is. It's obvious she hates her job and isn't changing, but uses it as an avenue to get money to fuel her addiction and provide her houses and shopping. And she looks miserable. Where's the lie? I honestly think Amber's kind of done, but what is she going to do? She could work at a call center, I guess. I don't know who this person is, but her consumerism is not it personally. Of the girls, I think Anna's consumerism is the most striking as far as that, but Anna's consumerism is also the most focused and personal, or not purposeful is the one word I'm looking for. So, but it's still, it's a lot. It's just a lot. Amber does have her little dragon hordes, though. What did I miss? In California, there are steam pot restaurants popping up. Dude, I tell you what, our Chinatown, every other restaurant is either hot pot or it's boba tea. It's a little concerning, actually. But, you know, they gotta do what they gotta do. Maybe the cats wanted to warm the babies. The cats will take the life cord? Yeah, I mean, what Abby said, SIDS isn't new, but it's also unexplainable. Oh, yes, my cat. He's a butthead. He's the biggest butthead of all of them. Google says it's theoretically possible, but doesn't exist. Yeah. Yeah, I'd be more worried about allergies. Yeah. Actually, they've shown raising your animals with pets in the house actually helps them with allergies later on in life. So if you figure they're like a blank slate, the more shit they get exposed to early, the less problems they're going to have later on in life. Um, Ruby, that's dedication. 4 pills a day and eye drops. My one of my old roommates, he had 2 cats of his own who he adored, and he was highly allergic to cats. So he actually went and got allergy shots to keep the cats. Like, you could rehouse the cats. He's like, no, I'd rather have the allergy shots. What are we doing? Unattended cats make their own problems. Cordelia, yes, cats have the ability to increase their weight. They're like a black hole. They can vary their weight. Those Maine Coon cats are, yeah, Maine Coons are awesome. They have good personalities too. Oh my good. 18 pounds. Out of the same, um, yep, what are they called? Litter as the 2 fluffy cats that I show you. There's 2 siblings, one's a male, one's a female. They are both, the female calico is 25 pounds, and I'm guessing the male is somewhere around 20 pounds, at least 25. And the doctors say they're fine health wise. So they're not overweight, they're not obese cats. They're just huge. The calico, when she stands up on her hind legs, my friend's kid is like 11, and yeah, and the cat is almost as tall as the kid is when she stands up on her hind legs. They're big cats. And I get stuck with a 17-pound one. No, I'm kidding. It is Zumi's time, yes. Rosemary, I once woke up with my cat prying my mouth open with a paw. Wow. Vegemite. I don't want Vegemite. Thank you, though. Tiny Blue Daddy is not tiny now. Tiny Blue Daddy is almost 6 feet tall. It's like 5'11". I just tell him he's 6 feet tall because once you get over a certain point, it doesn't matter. And my friend's husband is like over 6 feet. He is so tall. Keep in mind, I'm 5 foot tall. He is so tall that I lose track of where he is. You know how when you're around things that are so big that you just can't like conceptualize them, so you just kind of ignore them, kind of a thing, like with buildings and that kind of shit. You're like, you know they're there, and if you need them, you can turn around and be like, oh yes, the building. But like you just don't register them. He is so tall that I do that. And they came to visit one time, and he was literally right next to me. And I'm like, oh my God, where'd he go? I think we lost him in the crowd. And he goes, I'm right here. It was like the 3rd time I had done that to him that day, too. Like, why are you so damn tall? He's like, why are you so damn short? My friend is also tall, so. Well, she's taller than me, but everyone is. My black cat is like, unhand me now, peasant, I'm a panther. Bob says, I don't think she could be bothered to work for a call center. She can't be bothered to work for anything. I mean, I don't know if you were here for the Destiny era when she worked for the medical coding center. She was doing some kind of data entry. She went through the training and had the job and then quit. And then oh, the potato choking. I still don't think that was real. But yeah, and then she worked for the old folks home or whatever it was. She barely did her job there. And it's debatable how much of that was her actually having the job and how much of that was her basically stalking her girlfriend. Um, what other job has she had since then? Like, she tried to apply to Walmart, but I doubt she tried very hard. This stupid potato. It's not as funny as that stupid circle, though. The potato can't win. You became allergic to your cats? That sucks. That would suck. Don't scare me. I can't be allergic to my babies. Tricolor cat. I've seen people who have the cats that like climb up. They're like, I've almost got the white one trained to step on my shoulders when we're hiking. Almost. Not there yet. If you stand on a stool to be as tall as them, it's scary to be up that. Yeah. Yeah. The chair? She quit because I'm sure it was uncomfortable. She blew up when she was dating with well, she blew up in general, but she gained quite a bit of weight when her and Destiny were dating. I really don't know what she could do. Yes, Bob, exactly. Like I just don't think she could hold a job. I don't think it's anything. I just don't think she could. She doesn't know how to. She can barely do YouTube. Um, you really don't have to be that quiet, I promise you. Oh, by the way, they named you Tiny Blue Daddy. Yeah, he thinks it's funny. Justine says the phone thing is in response to a TikTok meme that was like, if you put your phone on silent while you sleep, you don't care about anyone's life. What do people think we did before we had cell phones? They do know that time existed, right? And a heap of people saying, I am a millennial, I haven't heard my ringtone since 2000. I honestly, I put my phone on silent some days. I don't remember to turn it back on. I'm not a millennial, so I just forget. So I just ignore it. But also, like, the phone has a setting. I know this because I set it up. My phone has a setting that the people on, like, my favorites list, the stars, if they call, it'll override the silence settings. Well, it's supposed to anyway. So, like, if my partner calls me and I've forgotten to take my phone off silent, it should come through anyway. And the same thing if he texts me, because it's important, even though I'm picking up food. That's important. Can you see Amber door dashing? Oh my god. She'd be the slowest door dasher. I was going to say that Leo or Theo, but I'm glad you said it for me. Silence phone for life. Yeah, the star list, yeah. Yes, garlic breath and farts. The reason I have the phone that I do, it's the Samsung 23. Yes, it's the flagship one. Yes, I spent way too much money on it. The camera is amazing. And my partner has the 24. He got a deal. Let me tell you what. I plan on turning this in because we're on a plan now. We didn't used to be, but we joined a plan because it's actually cheaper now. But when the 25 comes out, oh yeah. Just for the camera. Don't care about anything else. She could do medical billing from home, but that's that whole she'd have to work part. Like she'd have to be accountable for work for some amount of time, or like she'd have to get so many with the data entry. She'd probably have to get so many records inputted in a day. She's not going to do that. She could get a scooter. She could walk. It only takes her an hour to walk a mile. She can get your food to you in no time. Tour delays. Pretty much. Ruby Sky. Yeah, I remember when ringtones were money. Remember when the pictures for your phone, like the background pictures, you had to pay for those too? Now you can just put whatever the hell you want up there. I remember when you used to have to pay for maps because it was like an extra charge on your phone along with every text you ever sent. Oh, the crazy frog ringtone. Yeah, in your defense though, that was like everybody. It is kind of a bop. Scholar Lynn with her Gatorade mold brain. I did notice that there was no Gatorade, and I did notice that she switched over to that body armor. I don't think she was taste testing it because someone told her it tasted good. I think she's legitimately afraid that there was white mold in her Gatorade. I'm glad you guys like it when I get cranky because I do actually feel really bad. Textbook committee says the part where she's talking about running into subscribers or fans, she's stoned. Her eyes are all wonky. I think she's probably stoned in the first part too. The I can't get myself to film for some reason feels like I'm high and slothy. She does kind of look like J-Bay. I mean it. Ah, her being stoned. I only really notice it when her eyes are weird. The one eye slits down real bad and the other eye like expands. It's very strange. It's like a cartoon. I know people are saying that's a filter or whatever filter she's using. I'm not doubting she uses like a smoothing filter or something like that. There is no slimming filter on the planet that's going to make her not look like she's 500 pounds. So, um, I get if she wants to use a smoothing filter for her skin or something like that. Everybody does at this point. It's like putting on makeup at this point. I'm not that concerned about it, but her eyes get wonky when she's like out of it. So I do keep a close eye on that. I think the problem with that is I think it also makes her body language tells. I think it throws them off a little bit. Only because like she's more well relaxed. And so it's like easier for her to slip into the micro expressions, but it also makes them more like prevalent. And if you're waiting for the tell, it's like I don't know, it's like jumping the gun or something like that. It's like you gotta get a new baseline for it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. My point wasn't about the phone ringtone. It was the entirely fake social. I think that's the little heart things in the way. Yeah, media mirroring like a young teenager would. Yes, no, I'm sorry, I picked up on that. Because why even bring it up? Um, like literally, why bring it up? It's very random and weird. I think she throws a lot of like TikTok references into her videos. And I think it's because her YouTube audience has to be older than her TikTok audience. And so I think when she does it in her YouTube videos, A, she thinks it's cute. And B, I think she's throwing it in there to kind of like, look how hip I am. I speak the kids' lingo kind of a thing. Um, so I think that's why she does it. I'm not saying that people who obviously people who watch YouTube get the references, but I don't think she's doing it for the YouTube audience. I think she's doing it to show off how hip and cool she is, and then also if her TikTok audience has made it over, which some of them probably did cross over, she wants them to see that she's in the know, kind of a thing. Everything she does is so calculated and fake. Yes, I haven't played Little Nightmares. I've watched a couple playthroughs, but I don't think I've seen the chefs. But I definitely want to go check that out now. To play Snake on the old Nokia phone. Yes, exactly. How do you do, fellow kids? Fellow teenagers? Um, I am mildly concerned about the boyfriend. Um, Not because of the boyfriend himself. I should probably fill that sentence out completely. I am mildly concerned about Amber's interactions with her mom's boyfriend, only because if past his prologue, Amber doesn't like men. She she honest to God thinks that every man on the planet is hitting on her, straight or gay. And I'm wondering how long it's going to be before the boyfriend starts hitting on Amber. And I wonder if she's going to try to play that like a wedge. I don't know how that'll end up playing out. Scenarios that go through my head are, if mom and the boyfriend happen to break up, I think Amber will start telling stories about how he was hitting on her and she just didn't want to say anything because she didn't want to upset her mom. And if mom starts paying, well, not start, they've been together before Amber got there, but if she feels like her mom's paying more attention to the boyfriend than paying to her, I could see Amber trying to put a wedge there. So I'm kind of concerned for Mama Lynn and her boyfriend's relationship, only because I know how manipulative Amber can be. And also, we've seen her do not the driving a wedge part, but the like, oh, this guy hits on me all the time. Oh, he's just a creepy guy. He's hitting on me, or all the guys here want me. We've seen her do it all the way back at the very beginning of her channel, all through the channel, and even into the modern day. Like, some dude in the grocery store offers to cook her dinner. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. It's a very romancy movie, but really? And the guys at the casino calling her mama or mommy, wanting to take her home. No. No. Just, again, no. Yeah, I could see Amber inventing a whole ass story. And I think she would be doing it because she's trying to be supportive of her mom, as supportive as Amber can be of anyone. But we're all the way at the top. Well, if I refresh it, there's probably more. Cleo Claus, this was a good one. Just a comment on the observation that she doesn't see herself. The fact is that she doesn't see her body. She has trained herself to only focus on her face because that is the only part of her that she can make look nice. It's also why she brings her hair forward to drape across her body. She knows she cannot make her body look good, so other than making sure that every inch other than her cleavage is covered, she has learned to literally not acknowledge its existence. I think that's a fabulous observation. A lot of people have pointed out that she uses her hair to hide her body, and that's one of the reasons why she won't cut it, because it's just this waterfall of hair. And I mean, if it was healthy, it would be amazing. But, and I know there are some, I've seen women who have hair that long and it's healthy, so kind of a thing. Yeah, the grocery store thing didn't happen. She just wanted to put the camera up against her boobs for some stupid reason. Boobs. It's only men. She's convinced that men want her at all times. So Rosie R. In says, personally, I'm okay with strawberry banana. Strawberry banana. The only time strawberry banana is good is if it's actual strawberries and actual bananas. Oh, I am caught up. Excellent. Are we holding anything for review? Nope. Cool. All right, well. Yay. There, I'm caught up with comments. Mostly. I'm not going to go do this one now. It is almost 11. What are we doing? Yeah. Bullshit. All right, well. It is 11. What do you guys... I hope everybody's had a good time. I think I'm actually going to give you guys a couple seconds, but I think I'm going to wrap up here. Unless you guys have, like, I don't know, questions or something that you want me to answer, or like last minute observations or something like that, I will give it a minute. I know there's a lag. So just gonna go check on my my messenger app here. There we go. So there's that. Fortunately, you can't see my screen. Mwahaha. But I'm afraid to touch this. Hey, timestamps. Nice. Look at that. What's this do? Oh, that's nice. Sorry, I'm playing around with the settings here. Alright. I plan to do another one of these in 2 weeks from today. So, those of you who are still here, if you have suggestions for things you might want me to watch or things you might want to see more of in the live reacts, let me know. I understand the cats. It's cool. But like I could start doing, I know you guys some of you like the rune readings. That's fine. I can do some retro reacts. We can watch other things that aren't related to this stuff. Thank you for the hearts, whoever's doing that. And yeah, so if you guys have some ideas or just a wish list of things, let me know. You could either type them now or wait till this goes to the replay and type them in the comments section after that. And I wish there was a way for me to like pin a community post. There might be, and I just don't know. But I want to put I want to put one up for the AMA because I'm literally like 70 members. Yeah, 70 subscribers away from 4,000, which is amazing. So I said I would do another AMA when we got to 4. And I wanted to set up like a community post. So it was basically like ask me your questions kind of a thing. But I'd also like to do it for things like this too. So, all right. Well, so I hate to be abrupt, but I think it's going to end up being that way. I just lost my train of thought. It left the station and is not coming back. All right, anyway. I will talk to everybody in the next live, or I will see you all in the next video. Bye!